Certified technicians ready to serve you.
Is thinning hair or receding hairline making you feel self-conscious? Try Hair Grow from New Nordic. Stop feeling embarrassed about thinning hair and start feeling your best with Hair Grow.
Our favorite reason to choose Diamonds Direct over any other jeweler? Free service for life with no fine print. That's right. When you buy your engagement ring or any piece of jewelry at Diamonds Direct, you will never have to pay a dime in the future for sizing, cleaning, or routine maintenance. At Diamonds Direct, there's no gotcha clause, no fine print, no looking for ways to void the warranty. Diamonds Direct, the jeweler you can trust with a no questions asked 100% free lifetime warranty with no strings attached. Come see us to learn more.
Reason number 52 to choose Diamonds Direct over any other jeweler. Only Diamonds Direct gives you a 110% diamond upgrade guarantee. Diamonds Direct will give you 110% of your original purchase price toward the new stone. That's 10% more than you paid the first time. Guaranteed appreciation. Who else does this? There's no fine print and no minimum purchase requirement. It's 10% more, period. Buy with confidence. Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion.
When you work with us, you'll know what you're going to get. And most importantly, you'll know exactly what you're going to pay us to list and sell your home. Talk to any Benefit Realty agent and ask about our commission. You will always get the same answer. You may find that others aren't ready to be as straightforward as we are right off the bat. They may try to meet with you first, and from there, you'll probably have to haggle your commission. And if you're lucky, you might be able to get them to reduce their commission to what we charge. But who wants that? Benefit Realty is going to make this easy for you with no upfront fees and 1.9% real estate commission. And we even one-up it from there. We cap our commission so that no matter what size property you're selling for the listing side of your sale, your savings will be substantial. And if you're selling a luxury portfolio kind of home, substantial is an understatement. And finally, if you're not happy at any time with the service you're getting, we won't hold you to the term of your contract. This is Angela Calais with Benefit Realty, where you pay less for full service. Benefit-realty.com.
They were talking about doing a few things to spruce up their home, and I knew where they were coming from. Sometimes you don't even realize it, but then it hits you. You've had the same look in your home forever. And that's why Jan and Bob came to see me. And I told them they came to the right place. Because here, you'll find a bunch of choices to spruce up your home for less. They had a stone fireplace with empty walls on either side. I suggested glass shelves. She hated their old bathtub, so I showed her our glass shower door displays. They had kind of a small living room, so I thought strip mirrors would really open it up. And after we priced out my suggestions, they were surprised at the bottom line. Wait till they see their home after we're through. This is Stacy Sinks with Les's Glass Service. If it's a new glass shower door, fogged or broken insulated glass replacement, or affordable glass and mirror home decor that you've been looking for, you just can't pass on Les's Glass. Les's Glass Service, serving all of southeastern Wisconsin. Find us at lesglassservice.com.
Protect mom's assets, protect your assets. Call Kraus Estate Planning, estateplanningpeople.com.
Your trusted and relevant source for news, sports, traffic, and weather. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
6 o'clock, I'm Erik Bilstad. This is Wisconsin's Morning News for Friday, November 15th. Our top story, a violent crash in Kenosha.
I'm Michelle Richards, in for Vince Vetrano. A controversial pipeline gets the green light.
I'm Debbie Lazago. We're looking pretty good across the area right now. Pretty standard for Friday morning. No incidents and no volume really to speak of. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Painting Time Saver Traffic.
Cloudy for your Friday. There is a chance for some sun later on to peek through. A high of 53. Tonight, cloudy, a low of 41. Right now, it's 49 at 6:01. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, one person seriously injured after a violent crash involving a semi in Kenosha.
The semi collided into four vehicles stopped at a red light at 52nd and Green Bay Road Thursday afternoon. The semi then continued through the intersection before ending up in a Culver's parking lot. All drivers were taken to the hospital, where one is still dealing with a significant injury. All other drivers involved were only minorly injured. The accident is still under investigation this morning by Kenosha police. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
President-elect Donald Trump is tapping Robert F. Kennedy Jr. as his head of the Department of Health and Human Services. The president-elect speaking last night at Mar-a-Lago, he said this to Kennedy.
We want you to come up with things and ideas and what you've been talking about for a long time, and I think you're going to do some unbelievable thing. Nobody's going to be able to do it like you.
Kennedy has recently made a name for himself as a prominent vaccine skeptic spreading misinformation.
Cryptocurrency Bitcoin has been rallying to new highs as the president-elect is considering to be the first crypto-friendly president. Financial planner Doug Flynn says the rally in Bitcoin will likely keep going.
The outlook is definitely there with the Trump-friendly backdrop that you have, and then the SEC chairman at some point is going to be replaced, who hasn't been the best friend, even though he did some good things. Not the best friend to crypto.
Some analysts say Bitcoin could more than double from the current prices.
Wisconsin U.S. Senate candidate Erik has yet to concede from the 2024 election, in which incumbent Tammy Baldwin was declared the winner. TMJ4 political reporter Charles Benson tells Wisconsin's Afternoon News voter turnout for the Senate election was less than that of the presidential election.
The number of votes in the U.S. Senate's race, there were 28,000 fewer people. I think we've talked about this. 28,000 fewer people who just didn't vote in the Senate race. Yep.
The Wisconsin Elections Commission is set to certify all state and federal elections by December 1st.
A controversial pipeline in northern Wisconsin's been given the go-ahead.
The Wisconsin DNR is giving a green light to Enbridge Energy. The permit allows the Canadian oil company to replace 20 miles of existing petroleum pipeline, including a 12-mile segment within the Bad River Band of Lake Superior Chippewa's land. 41 miles of new pipeline will route entirely outside the reservation's border. Enbridge, however, must adhere to over 200 conditions, including restoring disturbed wetlands and minimizing spills. The company has faced scrutiny for pursuing a reroute instead of decommissioning the line. Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
The project still needs the approval from the U.S. Army Corps.
Worldwide coverage of the kayaker from Wisconsin, who investigators believe faked his own death, is leading to more tips.
Investigators with the Green Lake County Sheriff's Department are evaluating those new tips now. Their goal? To find Ryan Borgwart.
We want to make sure that he is safe and, it wasn't a scam. The other thing is we want to bring him back for his family.
Sheriff Mark Podol tells Wisconsin's Midday News he's hopeful.
I think he's got to pull at his heartstrings and know what's important in his life, his children. That's the biggest thing.
Jessica Ty, WTMJ News.
A threat against Stoughton High School. Police investigating a threat made on social media. They were informed by the DOJ Speak Up, Speak Out tip line. Police are in the process of completing the threat assessment with that school district in Stoughton. Coming up, growing concerns for an American astronaut's health.
Citing Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 6:04.
Hey, Wisconsin, WTMJ's Greg Matzik here for Holiday Automotive in Fond du Lac. Hey, comfortable fall weather makes now perfect timing to gear up and be ready to take to the roads with confidence this winter in a new all-wheel drive equipped Chevrolet, Buick, or GMC, or explore the peace of mind benefits and value of a GM certified pre-owned model. Connect with Team Holiday to find the new vehicle that's right for you during the year-end sale. Score enticing offers, get more for your trade, and experience for yourself Team Holiday's simplified buying approach and genuine guest care. It's the stuff that delights and makes fans of drivers from all over the Badger State and beyond. Fans like me and thousands of others whose trust in Holiday has helped them achieve top ranking as Wisconsin's #1 Buick and GMC dealer per 2023 Buick and GMC Zone Sales records. Navigate today's car market confidently. Find yours and discover the difference at Holiday Chevrolet, Buick and GMC in Fond du Lac and at holidaygm.com. It's worth the trip.
When is the last time you paid less but got more in return? It happens every day if you or a loved one has Medicare Advantage. $0 copays and an average of $2,500 less out-of-pocket annually, but more benefits like dental, hearing, and vision. More prevention and screenings to keep people healthy. More care for less money. No wonder 33 million seniors choose Medicare Advantage. Visit MedicareAdvantageMajority.org to learn more. Paid for by Medicare Advantage Majority.
Sweet, flaky, and utterly delicious. That's the famous Kringle from O&H Danish Bakery. Guaranteed to get you on the nice list, O&H Danish Bakery can deliver that heavenly goodness right to your doorstep. Now that's a memorable gift where you know you've nailed it. And it arrives fresh in just 2 business days, anywhere within the country. Order online today, ohddanishbakery.com, or come on in to O&H Danish Bakery in Racine, Oak Creek, or Sturnivan and taste the difference of bakery made from scratch.
Fleet Farm's got everything you need for everyday life. Brands from Carhartt to Milwaukee to Purina to Goodyear to Rapala to Levi's and a whole lot more. In-store or online, check out all the brands Fleet Farm carries to help make your everyday life better.
Citing Unlimited WTMJ News Time, 6:07.
He's the best catcher in the league. That story at 6:15.
The Milwaukee Brewers are announcing details and some tweaks to the regular season.
We knew the date, March 31st. We knew the opponent, the Kansas City Royals. We now know that opening day in Milwaukee will be a 1:10 first pitch. New for 2025, all regular season weeknight games, Monday through Thursday, will start at 6:40. All Friday games will begin at 7:10. Tickets for spring training go on sale November 18th at 10 a.m. The Cactus League season begins February 22nd. Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
Electric vehicle owners get a new charging tax in the new year. EV owners will be charged 3 cents per kilowatt hour for electricity used on an EV charging station. Owners of the charging stations will need to register with the Department of Revenue before adding that charge. Money collected from the new charges will be used to fund statewide road repairs.
Recent video of stranded astronaut Sunita Williams has some worried that her health is declining as her extended stay in space continues. And that's something Williams says just isn't true.
There's some rumors around outside there that I'm losing weight and stuff. No, I'm actually right at the same amount. I think my body has changed a little bit, but I weigh the same. Weightlifting, which is not something I do all the time, has definitely changed me. My thighs are a little bit bigger. My butt is a little bit bigger.
Williams and fellow astronaut Barry Wilmore have been aboard the International Space Station for more than 5 months. They've been stuck there after their Boeing Starliner craft experienced technical malfunctions. That ship has already returned to Earth.
Her face, she even said, is bigger. She says because there's no gravity, things kind of fill out differently. So she said, yeah, just kind of the things that you deal with when you're in space.
Something I would never experience myself, but I mean,
oh, no, thank you.
It's got to be so weird.
6:09.
Accunet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
Steve and Ashley heard our radio ads over the years, and when it came time to buy their first home, they clicked on the blue button. We sent them a credit-verified pre-approval the same day and upgraded to a rock-solid, fully verified and guaranteed pre-approval shortly thereafter. We also let them know about Accunet's property-specific pre-approval, where we might be able to include those magic words, no appraisal required. When they wrote their next offer, several $1,000s over asking to make sure someone else didn't end up sleeping in their dream home, their property-specific rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval did include that most powerful phrase, no appraisal required, and the sellers picked Steve and Ashley's offer over several others. If you think all mortgage lenders and pre-approvals are the same, think again. Go with the local mortgage lender that has the tools and know-how to help you win. We'll also likely save you $1,000 to $3,000 in closing costs for exactly the same rate as your bank. Whether you're looking to buy or refi, click on the blue button today at accunet.com.
Traffic is brought to you by Rejuvenix, your non-surgical joint therapy experts.
Go to rejuvenix.com to request your appointment.
6:10. You know what kicks off today, Debbie? This is the start.
Black Friday deals.
Well, probably.
Oh, I don't
know.
know.
Red kettles, the Salvation Army. You're going to start seeing those things everywhere again. The bells will begin to ring, if you will.
I thought they waited until after Thanksgiving.
No,
or like just before, like when people go shopping.
They're holding a special ceremony today at the public market here downtown.
All right, cool. All righty. Hey, we've got some issues. An issue. By that, I mean a disabled vehicle. Northbound 94, right about at Rawson. And that one is blocking the left lane. So something to keep in mind through there. Other than that, we are looking really good. Pretty typical Friday morning. Super duper quiet. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Mostly cloudy skies for today. Maybe a couple peaks of sunshine with high temperatures in the lower 50s this afternoon. Tonight, 40s with mostly cloudy skies. Then for Saturday, high temperatures in the mid-50s. Still keeping cloudier skies going. We will look at the small chance for an isolated rain shower Saturday night into Sunday morning. Sunday afternoon, mostly cloudy with high temperatures near 60. Most of Monday will be dry with high temperatures in the mid-50s. We'll look at rain chances increasing Monday evening into Monday night, then rain likely for Tuesday with high temperatures in the upper 50s. I'm meteorologist Tyler Moore, the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
49 degrees at 6:11.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here's Erik Bilstad.
Erik along with Michelle Richards. Vince is back on Monday. The rest of the gang is here. You got Debbie on the roads. Adam is working in the newsroom, and Greg Pancake Hill is behind the glass, also helping us with sports today. They're thinking about a change on Water Street. When's the last time you were on Water Street, Michelle?
It's been a while.
You go there and back in the day, were you spending a lot of time at the bars, maybe?
Well, actually, no. Well, okay, yes, back in the day, but now I'm just thinking about when I was there last, and that would have been we went to see Beetlejuice,
right?
The Broadway musical
at
with
the
my oldest daughter.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And so often, and a lot of people work downtown and take Water Street, so it's not just for those at night. However, there is a consideration to changing how Water Street is laid out, north to south. Right now, it's currently 2 lanes in one direction, then a bike lane, then the parking spot before you get to the sidewalk. And they outlined some new design developments on Thursday, and one of them would put, if you were going one direction, the far left lane would be driving, the middle lane would be bus, then you'd have parking, and then you'd have the bike lane like in the sidewalk, if you will. So that's one option, is to eliminate a lane, essentially, and just make it a bus lane. Another option would have the 2 bus lanes in both directions in the center, and then the median on one side, and then driving on the end. So you eliminate a lane of driving, and you have the buses just in the middle there by themselves.
Which would be confusing to me, to have the buses in the middle.
Yeah. And then there's this one where the bus lanes would actually kind of be in the sidewalk. So there'd be a bus lane, a sidewalk, then parking, then the driving lane. So it's hard to explain on the radio, but there are multiple options. So what they're going to do is they're taking suggestions. They're getting feedback. They did so on Thursday evening. Then they're going to announce a preferred design this winter. And then the hope is that they can have a final design and construction start here, and then going into the final year here in the next year or so. So trying to figure out any way to slow things down on Water Street.
Okay, so safety reasons.
Yeah.
Primary driver.
It is pretty fast. We've both been through that. Like you try to cross the street there on Water Street sometimes. Mm-hmm. Holy cow, people are flying. So we'll see what this does, but there are changes potentially coming to Water Street. 6:14. How about them Brewers? That story next.
Get the help you need Saturday morning with How To Radio. At 7, it's the WTMJ Fix-It Show with David Nason, featuring this week's guests, West Bend Vacuum Center and CertaPro Painters. At 9, plan your dream vacation with the Fox World Travel Show. Yet at 10, get financial guidance during Money Talk. Contact Annex Wealth Management for an unbiased review of your investments at annexwealth.com. How To Radio, Saturday mornings on WTMJ.
WTMJ's Erik Bilstad here for Elmbrook Family Dental. I was devastated when I learned that I had a cavity. I've had like 2 of my entire life, and I just got one. And thanks to the folks at Elmbrook Family Dental there at the Wauwatosa location for making me not feel like the worst person in the world. Took care of me, took care of everything, and feeling good now in the teeth. And I want to point out that like what makes it work so well with the folks at Elmbrook Family Dental is that they go through the process with you. In fact, Dr. Erik has taken the Invisalign process himself. That's those brackets you can put in your teeth. It's similar to braces, but a lot different at the same time, and it can really fix your teeth. He's done it. He's had the Invisalign treatment, so then he can help work with it for you, the patient. You can trust someone a little bit more when you know that they've been through the process. ElmbrookFamilyDental.com is the website. ElmbrookFamilyDental.com.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
The Brewers officially have the best catcher in baseball. More on that in a moment. It's Packers-Bears week, if you didn't already know, which means, yes, it's time to pull out all the stats that sound almost unbelievable, but when you think about it in this matchup, you go, oh yeah, that makes sense. Let's get to it. All right, first, the last time the Chicago Bears beat the Green Bay Packers, December 16th, 2018. That's 6 years ago, 71 months, 308 weeks, 2,100 days, and 10 straight losses. That, of course, means that the Matt LaFleur is 10-0 against the Chicago Bears in his coaching tenure. No Bears player on the active roster has defeated the Green Bay Packers. That means everyone on the current roster of the Chicago Bears has not beaten the Green Bay Packers. They don't know what it's like to win. George McCaskey became chairman of the team 13 seasons ago, but he's only beaten the Packers 3 times. Come on, George, don't make me give you the Jim Cramer treatment. Sell. Yes, Jair Alexander has his thoughts on the rivalry.
I mean, it's fun, it's exciting. I always say, things could be a lot worse. I could be a Bears fan.
Zing pow! This man has never lost to the Bears in his career as a Packer. It's Elton Jenkins.
They fans, jibber jabbering, doing a lot of talking, and then when the game do come down to like the third, fourth quarter where we up, I like to just hear all the quietness and stuff like that, and the people leaving the stadium.
I like the presumption of when we're up in the third quarter, as well as the fourth quarter. I think that makes the case. Packers-Bears, noon on Sunday at Soldier Field. Speaking of boat race. All right, hold on, except maybe on the other end for the Wisconsin Badgers. Now, before we start throwing the throttle, right, we have to talk about the mindset when you're staring down the barrel of the number 1 team in the nation coming into your house under the lights Saturday night. So when we're talking motivating players, let's go to who knows best, Barry Alvarez.
You don't motivate somebody by saying, you're going to get beat if you do this, or you're going to get beat if you don't practice better. You don't tell them you're going to get beat. You never say you're going to get beat. It's what the things you have to do to win. And then the coaches command that during practice.
Yeah, on ESPN Madison with Jim Rutledge, it's Barry Alvarez handing down the knowledge. Listen, you can't go in with you're an underdog mindset. Sometimes that just doesn't work. 6:30 kickoff Saturday night, Badgers, Oregon, under the lights at Camp Randall. And, of course, congratulations to William Contreras, named all MLB first team in the catcher position. Well-deserved, best catcher in Major League Baseball.
Hey, Greg.
Yes, sir.
How do you keep bears off your porch?
Is there a punchline here?
You draw a goal line across it.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Right.
Well done.
Feel free to share yours if you'd like. 855-616-1620 and the WTMJ Talk and Text line. The best ones, please. The best Chicago jokes. It's 618. Throughout history, some people have been born into greatness because of their name or family. Others gained greatness because of their actions. On Wisconsin's Morning News, we celebrate everyday heroes, the John or Jane Doe who had no idea when they woke up one morning they'd be saving a life. Everyday Heroes, Thursday at 6:40 on Wisconsin's Morning News, presented by Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living, transforming the culture of care.
Hey everybody, Debbie Lazaga here for Hall Volkswagen, and you can experience outstanding savings this holiday season at Hall Volkswagen during the highly anticipated Volkswagen Sign Then Drive event. It's a fantastic opportunity for you to upgrade to the thrilling new Jetta. Oh, I had one. I actually had 2. I love those. A vehicle that is known for its stylish design and advanced features. During this special event, you can drive away with the Jetta with absolutely no money required at signing. Make it easier than ever to get behind the wheel of your dream car. Don't let this exclusive offer slip away. Visit Hall Volkswagen today and ensure your holiday season is filled with unforgettable journeys and adventures.
Craft your Brewers mini plan for the 2025 season, featuring all new 6-packs and 12-packs. Get in on the action with great ticket rates, marquee matchups, and priority seating. Plus, you'll get a limited edition Brewers Crowler with each 12-pack or pair of 6-packs. Looking to customize your games to fit your schedule? Build your own ticket plan options are also available. Pick the plan for you at brewers.com/ticket finder.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. You want to make sure you got the right paint color for your commercial, business, or company. I've got the answer. Call your neighborhood CertaPro painter. Ask about their color consultation services. I've worked with them. They're the best in the business. Free estimates, reliable communication, professional painting at the right price. When you choose CertaPro painters, you're also choosing a partner. Each CertaPro painter business is independently owned and operated. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose Who's happy? Choose Certapro Painters.
Hot deals on shrimp this week at Sendik's. Colossal, extra jumbo, and large cooked shrimp are just $7.50 per pound, sold in 2-pound bags. Sendik's, your trusted local grocer.
All right, 6:21. Debbie.
Okay.
How many Bears fans does it take to change a light bulb?
How many?
10. 1 to replace the light bulb, and 9 to talk about how much better the 1985 light bulb was. No, thank you, everybody. Good night. By the way, Debbie.
Doing the shuffle.
Debbie's Comedy, sponsored by Senate's Food Market.
That's my comedy? Okay.
Your trusted local grocer since 1926.
All right. Well, right now we're looking at a good ride. That disabled vehicle has been pulled off the freeway at Rawson on 94, so we're in good shape. Right now we're not seeing really any delays or any other incidents, so hot dog, we're in good shape. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Keep them coming, by the way. Send them in, 855-616-1620. Your best Bears joke. WTMJ Talking Text Line. We'll sneak some of those on the air as we go today. Your forecast, the WTMJ 5-day forecast. Cloudy today. There is a chance for some sun to peek through later today, a high of 53. Tonight, cloudy, a low of 41. Saturday, cloudy, 54 is the high on Saturday. There is a chance for night showers tomorrow. Sunday, slight chance for rain in the morning, otherwise cloudy, mild and breezy. The high Sunday is 60. Monday, cloudy, 54. Tuesday, rain is likely, a high of 59. Right now, it's 49 degrees at 6:22. Wisconsin's Morning News. Vince is back on Monday. Erik along with Michelle Richards. Big goings on in Florida on Thursday night.
I guess if you like health and if you like people that live a long time, it's the most important position. RFK Jr. Bobby?
President-elect Donald Trump speaking at the America First Gala in Mar-a-Lago. He says RFK, Robert Kennedy Jr., will be the head of the Department of Health and Human Services.
We want you to come up with things and ideas and what you've been talking about for a long time, and I think you're going to do some unbelievable thing. Nobody's going to be able to do it like you.
Reaction to this appointment has been mixed from the medical community. This after that a nomination was official. Kennedy's beliefs could complicate some of the confirmation potentially. ABC's Christiane Cordero.
Robert F. Kennedy Jr., Trump's nominee for health secretary, has no medical training, has endorsed conspiracy theories, urging people not to get the COVID-19 vaccine and claiming no vaccine is safe and effective. Kennedy's nomination came the same day the CDC warned of a surge in measles cases. 277 reported cases in 30 states, 4 times the number from last year, most involving unvaccinated children.
Yeah, you do wonder about the vaccination stuff. Now, RFK has said, hey, look, you can get a vaccination if you want. His point was that he just wants to make sure people are aware of what he believes are some of the issues there. But you do wonder what this could mean for schools, if requirements in some schools to have vaccinations for measles, et cetera, are softened because of this, or if there's threats to funding. So that's something to pay attention to. Then, Michelle, there's Matt Gaetz, the now former Florida congressman nominated to be the attorney general. He resigned after he received the nomination for AG. Now, lawmakers on both sides say this guy is no good. Not everybody, but a large chunk, especially on Republican and Democratic circles, have said they've questioned his morality, his ethics, his background to be in this position. And he could end up leading the same Justice Department that once investigated him. In fact, the House Ethics Committee could vote as soon as today to release its own report about Gaetz and potential trafficking, investigating that.
We know at least 4 women have come and testified in front of the committee, telling them they were paid to attend parties with drugs and sex where Rep. Gaetz was also present. And we know that one of those women has said that she had sex with Gaetz when she was just 17 years old.
Now, Gaetz has denied the allegations. That one woman who said that she was under 17 did speak before the Ethics Committee. So the issue now is, since he's no longer in Congress, do you release that information? Well, you can imagine some people want to see it.
Now that he's a former member of Congress, the custom is the House Ethics Committee drops the case. They no longer have jurisdiction over a former congressman, and that has been custom for many years. But the Senate Democrats want a copy of that report. In fact, the chair of the Senate Judiciary Committee made a formal ask that they release to the Senate the findings of that investigation. Any number of other Senate Democrats have said they're calling on it or demanding it too.
That's CBS News correspondent Scott McFarland. One can assume that even if there isn't an official vote to release the information, that you'll have some of that leak out, similar to what happened on Thursday when some of this did get sourced and leaked out, because you're gonna hear lawmakers want to bring this up during the voting process. And my expectation would be that there'll be at least one person, one nominee who doesn't go through. So who's going to be that?
This one.
Well, at least. But there'll be at least one scapegoat. I think generally, because then, okay, you're worried about this person, then fine, then we'll take this other person. You know what I mean? Like, I think sometimes that there are names that get floated, if you will, knowing that there could be some pushback, and then, okay, fine, then how about this person instead? We'll see if that's where this one goes. But I would expect, whether it's Gates or not, I would expect there'll be at least one cabinet member nominee who doesn't make the cut, if you will, just because of pushback and then the appearance of, okay, not everyone is getting a free pass, so to speak. Time now for news about your money. The WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update, taking a look at the stock futures for today. Right now, I'm not seeing my numbers here. Oh, here we go. Stock futures all down at the moment. We are 2 hours before the bell. The Dow, the NASDAQ, and the S&P all down at the moment, and this last day of trading for the week. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com. It's 6:27. Did this mom deserve to go to jail for that? That story right after the news here at the bottom.
Vince Vitrano talking with Rick Burr from Lifetime Door in Brookfield. Rick, if you want a way to dramatically improve the look of your home, you can start with the garage door. So many options.
Yes, absolutely. Today, there's so many options on your door, whether it be the wood grains, the planks, the different colors, the glass, insulated, frosted. And when you do replace your door after you've had a door, you get the best return on your investment. It's about 150% you'll get back when you sell your house from the purchase of your garage door and openers.
Rick, Lifetime Door is the #1 retailer of Haas garage doors made right here in the USA. Why do you love the Haas door?
Yeah, Haas Door is made in the USA. It's a family-owned company. A lot of these door manufacturers are owned by big corporations. Haas is family-owned. The owner of the company literally used to drive the truck and deliver our truckload that we get every week.
Yeah, these doors are strong, they're high quality, and they're beautiful. Talking with Rick Burr from Lifetime Door in Brookfield. Rick, let me ask you about garage door openers. I was just in the showroom the other day. These new openers are quiet.
Yes, the openers are super quiet now. Everything's going towards the DC motor. More importantly, you want something that works. And when you go to push the button, you want it to open. You want a good quality. You don't want to be counting on something that's 30 years old.
Right. I know you're super proud of your install team at Lifetime Door. No subcontractors. These guys are all part of your family.
Yes, we have 30 installers right now at Lifetime, and all of our guys work for us. They come in every day. They work year-round. A lot of people think we don't work in the winter, but we do. Short of typhoon, hurricane, stuff like that, we're going to be out there to do your door. Half of my guys have over 20 years of experience, and we got a good mix of younger guys that have been there from anywhere from 3 to 5 years. So we got the knowledge of the youth and of the old coming together, and we learn from each other. We're always learning, whether it be the old guys or the new guys.
All reasons my family is working with Lifetime Door Company. Visit the showroom in Brookfield or check them out online at lifetimedoor.net.
I am trying to spread the word. Elders do not have to lose everything at the end of life paying for nursing care or assisted living.
Dan Kraus from Kraus Estate Planning and Elder Law Center.
If you have assets over $150,000, it often makes sense to work with an experienced elder law attorney to save as much as possible from the devastating cost of nursing care for your security, for your family.
Contact Dan at Kraus Estate Planning and Elder Law Center today. SaveMomsAssets.com.
6:30, I'm Erik Bilstad. This is Wisconsin's Morning News. Our top story, no concession yet.
I'm Michelle Richards. A big loss for the Milwaukee County Zoo.
I'm Debbie Laziga. Everything's looking good right now. No major delays around the area. No incidents either. Happy Friday. I'm Debbie Laziga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Cloudy for the most part. Maybe some peaks of sun later on. A high of 53 for your Friday.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. as Health and Human Services Secretary. That's the latest Trump cabinet announcement. Kennedy's a vaccine skeptic and has said he wants to remove fluoride from the nation's drinking water. He doesn't have any medical training. Sony Salzman is coordinating producer of the ABC News medical unit.
The biggest concern that health officials, doctors that we talk to have is regarding the erosion of public trust. A lot of the statements that he makes are completely overblown. They're not based in fact.
North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum has been nominated to be Secretary of the Interior, who would presumably take charge of the administration's stated plans to open federal lands to oil and gas drilling. The Asia Pacific Economic Forum opening in Peru. It'll be outgoing President Joe Biden's final meeting with the group, which includes leaders of China, Canada, Australia, Japan, and others. The UN Climate Summit, COP29, saying today that Shanghai releases more pollution than any city in the world. This is ABC News.
Citing Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 6:31.
From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, the clock is ticking for a decision from Erik Hovde. The seat for the U.S. Senate for Wisconsin has been called for Tammy Baldwin, but challenger Erik Hovde still hasn't conceded this year's election. Now, TMJ4 political reporter Charles Benson tells WTMJ that Hovde was unable to gain the amount of votes he needed, especially when it came to absentee ballots and votes from Milwaukee.
80% of the vote coming in out of Milwaukee for not only Tammy Baldwin, but for Kamala Harris came out of Milwaukee. Nearly 80% of
Final state election certification is currently taking place with the Wisconsin Elections Commission, with the deadline set at December 1.
A petroleum pipeline in northern Wisconsin has been given the green light.
The Wisconsin DNR approves the controversial Line 5 reroute project through parts of Wisconsin's North Woods. The permit will allow Enbridge Energy to replace 20 miles of pipeline, over half of which passes through the Bad River Reservation. 41 miles of new pipeline will route entirely outside the reservation's border because easements on the line have expired. Although Enbridge must meet over 200 environmental conditions to proceed, the tribe and environmental groups have argued for shutting down Line 5 entirely as a 2019 lawsuit continues to play out. Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
An update to a story we've been following here on WTMJ. A TikTok going viral showing a man with striking similarities to that kayaker from the Watertown area who investigators now believe faked his own death and is living overseas. Green Lake County Sheriff Mike Pottle tells Wisconsin's Midday News it is not the same guy.
Looking at the facial recognition and just the information that we have, does not appear that is him on that video.
They are getting more tips now because of the worldwide coverage of this case. Ryan Borgwart went missing in August after a kayaking trip at Green Lake. Investigators think he left the country after meeting a woman and is now in Europe.
A new data program is helping report overdoses across the state of Wisconsin. The Wisconsin Suspected Overdose Alerts for Rapid Response, or WESOR, uses community-provided data to track overdoses. Director of Substance Abuse Initiatives, Michelle Hayes.
They can see what is happening with drug trends if there are those suspected overdoses or they see a rise in the numbers, those spikes, so to speak. They can work together, create teams, push out information to the public, prepare different agencies throughout their area.
Law enforcement, health providers, and county health departments provide the data for the system.
Sad news out of the Milwaukee County Zoo where Patty the hippo has died. Patty was 55 years old. Hippo Haven is closed for the season at the zoo. It will reopen in the spring when the viewing of the zoo's other hippo, Happy, will resume.
Citing Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 6:34.
Traffic sponsored by Holtebeck Eye Center in Brookfield. Visit holtebeck.com.
Holtebeck Eye Center in Brookfield is excited to welcome Dr. Nausheen Abbas to their team. Dr. Abbas is an ophthalmologist and cornea specialist. Learn more at holtebeck.com.
Coming up, so why did this mother get arrested? News is sponsored by Wachtel Tree Science. Visit healthytrees.com.
Did you know Wachtel Tree Science works all year long, even through the winter? Now's the time to have one of their ISA certified arborists inspect your trees for pruning, insect, or disease issues. And winter is actually the perfect time to prune your trees while they're dormant. Don't wait until spring. Plan ahead for a healthy, beautiful yard. Visit healthytrees.com today. That's healthytrees.com. Wachtel Tree Science, keeping trees healthy and beautiful since 1935.
What you doing?
I'm completely sealing up all the doors to get the house ready for winter.
How will we get in and out?
We'll just have to hunker down till spring.
Sometimes getting your home ready for winter is best left to professionals. The same is definitely true for your vehicles. And now's the time to visit any of the 115 Adam member new car dealers to get your oil changed. Have your brakes and wipers checked and make sure your tires will get you through a long Wisconsin winter. Visit adamm.com to find the nearest Adam member dealer.
If you're seeking Lake Country's finest, don't miss out on the Westerly, opening this spring.
It's close to shopping, easy access to Highway 94. I've never tried a golf simulator, so for sure I'll try that. I'm looking forward to some classes in the pool. Heated. When I'm ready for assisted living, I don't have to leave my apartment. They will take care of me right in my familiar surroundings. That is very important to me.
The Westerly has you covered. Apartment reservations are booking quickly. Visit livingwesterly.com.
Citing Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 6:36.
So the start times change a bit. We explain at 6:45.
How old were your kids when they started to stay home by themselves, or do you trust them to kind of get out into the neighborhood?
Neighborhood on a bike, I don't know, maybe, around the block type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Friend's house, I'd say maybe 9, 10 o'clock, or 10, not o'clock, 10 years old.
All right, so a mom in Georgia is out on bail and actually facing jail time because her 10-year-old son walked into town by himself. The mom says that she was annoyed that he didn't tell her where he was going, but says he wasn't ever in any danger. So Andrea Fujihi from ABC has more on this story.
Brittany Patterson said she took one of her children to the doctor. In the meantime, her son, Soren, who since turned 11, decided to walk less than a mile into town from their home in rural Mineral Bluff, Georgia. While out, Patterson got a call from the sheriff's department, worried that Soren was walking alone.
It's just a short walk from our house. He knows how to get home. He knows how to get there.
Authorities dropped Soren off at home. Patterson was booked on suspicion of reckless conduct, a charge that could carry 1 year in jail.
So I looked up the law here. I looked up the law in Georgia, and I guess children under the age of 8 can't stay home alone, but I don't think there's clear guidance on when you can let your kid walk into town. But
10 or 11 walking into town and it's less than a mile, is that really worth taking someone into custody for?
And then they wanted her to sign a safety plan to promise to put a GPS tracker on her son's phone. So he's got a phone. He could have called if he got into any trouble, right? But she didn't want to sign the plan because wow, you're really controlling how I'm being a parent here.
So I fully admit I didn't think of this until just now. Our 3-year-old, when she was 3 many years ago, would walk to the neighbor's house and ring the doorbell and just go over there and play at their house with their toys and stuff.
Did you know she was going?
Yeah, she'd say, hey, she would say she was bored. I'm like, well, go and walk over next door and see. And she'd ring the doorbell. And then if they weren't home, she'd go one over because there's girls that lived at both houses.
Well, when we were kids, we didn't have phones. We just ran the neighborhood and didn't come home till it was dark.
That's true. And so careful, the cops might come. 6:39. So something happening tonight that could change this sport. That's next.
Hey, John Mercure here for Guthrie and Fry Water Conditioning. I've got their water softener. I've got an RO system from Guthrie and Fry. That means the water coming into my house is filtered. It's crisp, clean, clear. Better water makes a big difference. Guthrie and Fry. Quality products and services at a fair price from a local company you can trust. Guthrie and Fry protects the water in my house. They deliver the salt. Sue and Rob, owners, very generous. And on top of it, they'll treat your family like their family. Southeast Wisconsin's #1 choice is Guthrie and Fry.
Better water makes a big difference. Guthrie and Fry.
Do you know or work with kids who have special healthcare needs? Help them live their best lives. Contact Wisconsin Wayfinder Children's Resource Network. Our specialists will connect you with services in your area. Wisconsin Wayfinder is free and confidential. Call 877-947-2929 or visit dhs.wi.gov/WISCWAY. Connect today. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Department of Health Services.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
When I shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores, every time I come in, it's like a whole new store. It's because new inventory's arriving daily. All kinds of everything. And let me tell you, thrift store prices make buying easy. And helping others at the same time, that's icing on the cake. St. Vincent de Paul Thrift Stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it. St. Vincent de Paul.
Give the gift of a special night out from the Bartolotta restaurants. Purchase a gift card at bartolottas.com. Happy holidays from all of us at the Bartolotta restaurants, and thank you, Milwaukee.
641. All right, Debbie. Traffic is brought to you by Bartolotta Restaurants, providing memorable experiences for nearly 30 years. You can get a holiday gift, a Bartolotta gift card. Just purchase yours at bartolottas.com.
All righty. We're looking pretty good on the roads. Not really seeing any kind of delays out there. Volume's just starting to wake up a little bit. Not seeing any incidents either. So we are actually in good shape right now. Just, take it easy as you're driving along because it's Friday. Woohoo! I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Mostly cloudy skies for today. Maybe a couple peaks of sunshine with high temperatures in the lower 50s this afternoon. Tonight, 40s with mostly cloudy skies. Then for Saturday, high temperatures in the mid-50s. Still keeping cloudier skies going. We will look at the small chance for an isolated rain shower Saturday night into Sunday morning. Sunday afternoon, mostly cloudy with high temperatures near 60. Most of Monday will be dry with high temperatures in the mid-50s. We'll look at rain chances increasing Monday evening into Monday night. Then rain likely for Tuesday with high temperatures in the upper 50s. I'm meteorologist Tyler Moore, the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
642.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ooh, there was the slap heard round the world. That was Mike Tyson.
Ladies and gentlemen, the stage is set.
Yep. Mike Tyson slapping YouTuber Jake Paul. You know, they always have that hype moment when they go on the scales and they both stand there and show their muscles, then stand right next to each other, where Jake Paul stepped on Tyson's foot, so then Tyson swung at him. So that was yesterday. It all comes down to tonight. One of the most hyped boxing matches in recent memory is tonight on Netflix.
Mike Tyson squaring off against Jake Paul, the 58-year-old Tyson slapping the 27-year-old YouTuber turned boxer at weigh-in. Paul shaking off Tyson's slap. The showdown is the first ever live boxing match on Netflix. Tyson's first professional bout in nearly 20 years. The rules will be slightly different from a typical match, with shorter rounds and heavier boxing gloves, lowering the chances of a knockout.
All right, that's NBC's Andrew Dimbert there. So, do you need some help on who you're going to bet on tonight, Michelle?
Yes, please.
Well, they assume, at least 90% of all the bets assume that Tyson will win, even though he's 30 years older.
So experience versus age.
Right. Okay. So we'll see what happens.
And he's heavier, right? He's a little bit heavier.
Oh, wow. You were doing some research on this.
I'm doing my work here, yeah.
The most popular prop bet, Tyson winning in the first round, although I don't think that'll happen, but we'll see. It all takes place tonight on Netflix. You don't need any special subscription. You can just watch it on Netflix tonight. Here's my favorite part, though. So Tyson talking about his legacy with a reporter in a one-on-one chat.
Well, I don't know. I don't believe in the word legacy. I just think that's another word for ego. Legacy doesn't mean nothing. That's just some word everybody grabbed onto. Someone said that word and everyone grabbed on the word, so now it's used every 5 seconds. It means absolutely nothing to me. I'm just passing through. I'm going to die, and it's going to be over. Who cares about legacy after that?
Yeah, he went on to say,
we're dust. We're absolutely nothing. Our legacy is nothing.
The best part? The reporter was a 13-year-old kid.
Thank you so much for sharing that. That is something that I have not heard before, someone say that as an answer.
That's Jazzy, some social media phenom. She's 13, and that's what he got into with her. A little dark, but she seemed to appreciate the moment. Anyway, the fight's tonight. 6:44, we have sports coming up next.
I want people to think about me when I'm gone. Who the cares about me when I'm gone? Well, my kids, maybe, or grandkids.
Yeah, true.
Cares?
For over a century, local broadcasting has evolved with the needs of the community. We move past the stigmas of opinion journalism and bring the most relevant news online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
WTMJ's Erik Bilstad here. You've already noticed it. I'm sure you have. You're behind, right? You're seeing the holiday lights popping up in the neighborhood. Everyone's got them. The Johnsons over there got the most amazing holiday lights. And you're like, okay, great. How am I going to compete with that? How are we going to make our yard look just as good? Well, you don't have to do it. The folks at David J. Frank Landscape, they have an entire holiday decor department. They have a huge holiday warehouse, so they can deal with all of the lights that get tangled up and don't even work the next time you plug them in. They'll have the giant Santa Clauses. They'll take care of you. Let them do the work. DavidJFrank.com is the website. That's DavidJFrank.com.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
Yeah, well, we've made it. It is Packers-Bears week, the game on the horizon this Sunday at noon. And amongst the multitude of stats that I can list that put this matchup in the favor of the Green Bay Packers, let's have a look at inside the Bears camp, shall we? Oh, yeah, that dumpster is on fire. So, as we've discussed, we've done game plan, X's and O's. The discussion for the Bears, should they bench their number one overall pick quarterback, Caleb Williams, because of how messy of a year this has been? Safe to say the honeymoon phase is very much over in Chicago. Here's ESPN's Dan Orlovsky.
Chicago thinks they're dating Caleb Williams. You're married to him, okay? You draft Caleb Williams, you decide to start Caleb Williams, and the first time that the adversity hits, it's like, well, we'll push you over here and you don't matter anymore because the other stuff is more important. You're married to him, guys. When the going gets tough, the tough get going.
Yeah, those are not wedding bells that I hear. Not good. Packers-Bears at noon at Soldier Field on Sunday. Hey, how about a little baseball news? The Milwaukee Brewers announced details and some tweaks to the regular season schedule.
We knew the date, March 31st. We knew the opponent, the Kansas City Royals. We now know that opening day in Milwaukee will be a 1:10 first pitch. New for 2025, all regular season weeknight games, Monday through Thursday, will start at 6:40. All Friday games will begin at 7:10. Tickets for spring training go on sale November 18th at 10 a.m. The Cactus League season begins February 22nd. Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
Thank you, Greg. More Brewers news. Congratulations to William Contreras, who made his MLB all-first team as representing the catcher position. Congrats, Contreras. Best catcher in Major League Baseball is on your Milwaukee Brewers. And back to football real quick. We have high school playoffs on WTMJ tonight. Catholic Memorial versus Wisconsin Lutheran. The setting is Muskego High School, but if you cannot make it out, we will have that game of the WIAA high school playoffs on WTMJ starting at 6.
All right, Greg, got one here for you. All
right, hit me.
So why doesn't Springfield, Illinois have a professional football team?
Why not?
Because then the Chicago Bears would want one too.
Oh.
All right, keep them coming. Keep texting them in, 855-616-1620, the WTMJ Talk and Text, and we'll enjoy your best Bears jokes. Hey, WTMJ's Erik Bilstad here, reminding you to subscribe to the Wisconsin's Morning News Podcast. We update it every day with every interview, every segment, every bit we do on the show.
Wait, we don't do bits on the show.
We're thrilled to have the one and only Will Pounder.
I don't know what that means.
Labeled or known as being a big baguette.
All right, maybe we do some bits.
Be sure you subscribe to the Wisconsin's Morning News Podcast, presented by Tri-County Contracting.
Politics, work, daily stressors. Let's take a break from all that and get centered, Christ-centered. I'm Pastor Tim Butker. Join me each week for Christian Crusaders, a broadcast that highlights the gospel, the good news of Jesus, and our belief in the authoritative Word of God. Christ-centered, gospel-oriented, Bible-based, Christian Crusaders. Please join us Sundays at 6 a.m. on WTMJ. We'd love to have you worship with us.
The little one just took her first steps. Her stride? Wobbly.
Oh my gosh, she's doing
Her parents? Oh boy, here we go.
Oh, watch out.
But you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with free credit score for Choice and Platinum Choice checking customers. So while you're monitoring and protecting her every move, you can do the same for your credit score too. You've got this with free credit score from Associated Bank. See associatedbank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
After a serious crash with a semi-truck, everything can change instantly. Your future
your family's future, your quality of life. That's why knowledge and results matter in big truck cases. And not all law firms have the know-how or the resources to handle these complicated cases. At Gruber Law Offices, we have the experience it takes to make sure you're protected. And there's never a fee until we win your case. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Hot deals on shrimp this week at Sendik's. Colossal, extra jumbo, and large cooked shrimp are just $7.50 per pound, sold in 2-pound bags. Sendik's, your trusted local grocer.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a good karma brand station.
Hey, Debbie, did you hear this story about how they have new ways? They figured out finally how to keep the bears out of trash cans up there in some of those counties where they have bear
how
issues.
would they do that?
They put goal lines next to the trash cans. Oh, wow. Debbie's humor is sponsored by Senex Food Market.
I don't want to take credit for that one.
Your trusted local grocer since 1926.
All right. Westbound 94 starting to tighten up a little bit right through the stadium interchange. Not too bad, though. It's just basically from the stadium interchange to Mitchell Boulevard. Rest of the area is looking pretty good. I'm not really seeing any other incidents or delays, so all is well. That's your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Mostly cloudy for your Friday. We might see a little bit of sunshine peeking through this afternoon, a high of 53. Tonight, mostly cloudy, 41. Saturday, mostly cloudy, some showers at night, a high of 54. Sunday, a slight chance of some showers in the morning, otherwise mostly cloudy, mild and breezy, high of 60. Monday, mostly cloudy, a chance of afternoon showers and 54. Rain likely Tuesday, breezy, a high of 59.
Right now in Milwaukee, 49 degrees. Gabe Neitzel from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee joins us in studio. Gabe, if you had to guess, how many holiday gatherings starting now until the end of the year do you think you attend?
Okay, till the end of the year. So that probably includes like New Year's parties too, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
So I'm different. My wife's parents lived down in Florida. They lived in Puerto Rico before that, so we don't really spend holiday time with them.
Okay.
So I just have to worry about my own family. I would say probably 3 to 4.
Okay.
3 to 4, and that I mean I don't really do anything for New Year's anymore. I think I'm too old for that. I think I've aged out of that party. That party that party group.
Are you around that same number? What's your number, Michelle?
Probably about 3. We also don't do anything.
Interesting.
Definitely there's an age thing going on here.
That's interesting because I think I would have gone a little bit higher, though, for us. A new survey shows that the average adult will only go to 3 holiday gatherings this year, which is down from 5 holiday gatherings in 2023. So we're not alone. More and more of us are.
Wow, that's
doing
because
less.
that's shocking. Because I would think that you try to, and maybe it's not always possible to try to you double dip for Thanksgiving, you double dip around Christmas.
Yeah.
That
because it would add up.
When I was a kid, like I always remember Christmas Eve was always for my. We would do a party at my grandparents' house on my mom's side. We would do something for my dad's side of the family, usually like the weekend after the actual holiday.
Yeah.
So
counts.
that's what I'm saying. Like both of those gatherings, like I think you do that for Thanksgiving, you do that for Christmas, you're up to 4 right there. If you do anything with your friends, that sprinkles another one on there.
Right.
Yeah, they add up quickly, and apparently people are just going, no, I don't want to spend time with people anymore.
Well, get this. This one says 1 in 5 say they would skip Christmas dinner if they could. So 1 in 5 of us has no interest in going to any Christmas dinner with any family.
Is it just too much work?
Or it could be the political aspect of it, too.
Yeah, I think that could be part of it. I mean, Christmas has never been, for me, Thanksgiving was always, especially on my dad's side. Like, Thanksgiving, I don't want to miss it, and I will not miss it again, this year. So, like, that's the one time a year that my grandmother makes sure that we're all getting together.
Excellent.
Like everybody's getting there. Everyone's going to be there.
You don't have to worry about gifts. You just gorge.
And and I mean, my grandmother's about to turn 91 years old here, and she's still, the effort that she puts in,
awesome.
For the turkey and for... Also, the one thing about a Neitzel family gathering is we'll probably have more desserts than anything else. we're known for our sweet tooth up there. So she'll have like the turkey, but she'll also have like a pie and a cake roll and like probably one other thing in there that she's getting ready for Thanksgiving. That's always the big holiday for us.
All right, Gabe Neitzel's here. We got to ask you. So it's Packers-Bears week. They play on Sunday, and I do find it interesting. There is more than a handful of quote-unquote analysts who are saying, you know what, you got to take the Bears seriously. Do we really have to take the Bears seriously?
Yeah, you have to take the Bears seriously, even though they are a joke. They make it very easy to make fun of them, make the joke like you did, because they haven't scored a touchdown in 2 games. They haven't scored a touchdown in 23 offensive drives, which is offensive in and of itself. But their defense is still very good. And it's not like the Packers are playing their best football. And I think that kind of gives you hope of, okay, you want to be playing your best football the back half of the season. We see all the potential. We see all this with the Packers. But they've also had a tendency to shoot themselves in the foot. Jordan Love has 10 interceptions. That leads the league. He has to cut down on that.
Oh, yeah.
They're top 5 in penalties, in a lot of pre-snap penalties. The Packers have to cut down on that. So are the Bears somebody that you have to necessarily fear the way you have to maybe fear the Detroit Lions right now? No. But the Packers have made enough mistakes this year where their mistakes can keep the Bears around, and at the end of the day, it's still a professional football team that can take advantage of those mistakes.
Is it, though?
They have won 4 games. All right? They have won 4 games this year. And look, the one thing that they don't have going for them is that offense, as you mentioned. The one thing they don't do, though, is turn the ball over. Only 5 interceptions so far this year for Caleb Williams. He has been sacked 38 times, though. That leads the league. And the Packers' pass rush, maybe this is a good get-right game for them. The pass rush has basically been non-existent outside of the 8 sacks they had against Tennessee. So if that pass rush can start to get right against a very bad Bears offensive line, maybe that's a good sign for the final 7 games.
So this is an interesting little nugget. So Caleb Williams, before the season started, told the team, hey, can we make sure we're picking up all the trash out of the locker room? Can we not be leaving garbage anywhere? Let's move all the trash out. Well, now they can't even find the field because they can't field a team, right? They took the trash out.
Yeah, they took the trash out. Yep.
Help.
Has he been doing this all morning?
Yes.
And it will continue. Gabe Neitzel from Jen,
Michelle.
Gabe, and Chewy, 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee. You got a show to do. Thank you, sir.
Yep, anytime.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
Ascension, Wisconsin plans to spend $10 million to centralize all of its regional inpatient behavioral health services to its St. Francis Hospital. This is part of the company's larger plan to change how it delivers care in southeast Wisconsin. Walgreens is closing another Milwaukee location. The national pharmacy retailer says the location on the corner of Hadley Street and North Dr. Martin Luther King Drive will close on December 5th. Milwaukee Bucks fans could catch games on Prime Video next season. Diamond Sports Group has reached a multi-year agreement with Amazon to place all of its local FanDuel Sports Network streaming apps on Prime Video as channels. I'm Drew Dawson from MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on 620 WTMJ.
Planning for retirement is like planning a road trip. You wouldn't start a long journey without a map, right? The same goes for your financial future. Every retirement plan needs the right tools. Social Security is one of those critical tools. But did you know when and how you claim your benefits can dramatically affect your retirement income? At Drake & Associates, we'll help you navigate the twists and turns of Social Security. Our team can guide you on when to start collecting benefits to maximize your income. Don't leave your retirement journey to chance. Call us or text SS to 414-409-9982. That's SS to 414-409-9982. Let us help you map out a secure and enjoyable retirement.
Drake & Associates is an independent investment advisory firm that offers different investment vehicles. All insurance products are backed by the issuing insurance company. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only.
Think you're smarter than the people you hear on the radio? Well, time to prove it with our Trivia Showdown. Brought to you by Quizmaster. Go head-to-head with WTMJ personalities in trivia competition. Check WTMJ.com or text trivia to the WTMJ talk and text line 855-616-1620 for a list of dates and locations of our next Trivia Showdown. Benefiting Capco's Kids to Kids Toy Drive. Only here on WTMJ. From the biggest plays on the court to the comments made in the locker room after, an in-depth recap of every Bucks game in 6 minutes. No more, no less. Bucks in 6 provides game recaps for every game. Hear the high-flying dunks from Giannis.
Puts it on the floor, spins down the lane, and plunges it through.
Or the deep threes from Dame.
Dame time has arrived with 107.
Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus audio network. Find it now on bucks.com/plus or on Spotify, Apple, and wherever you get your podcasts.
Built Right. One location saves you money.
You gotta get to Built Right today.
Stay up to date with your trusted and relevant source in news, sports, traffic, and weather. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
7:01, I'm Erik Bilstad. This is Wisconsin's Morning News for Friday, November 15th. Our top story, a violent crash in Kenosha.
I'm Michelle Richards. A terror plot thwarted in Texas.
I'm Debbie Loziga. Westbound 94, right about at Highway 100, we've got the left lane blocked with a crash. So watch out for delays coming out of the Zoo interchange to that point. Otherwise, everywhere else seems to be rolling along just fine. Not seeing too many other issues or incidents or slowdowns for that matter. I'm Debbie Loziga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Cloudy today. There's a chance for the sun to peek out later on, a high of 53. Tonight, cloudy, a low of 41. Right now, 49 at 7:02. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, one person seriously injured after a violent crash involving a semi in the Kenosha city streets.
The semi collided into 4 vehicles stopped at a red light at 52nd and Green Bay Road Thursday afternoon. The semi then continued through the intersection before ending up in a Culver's parking lot. All drivers were taken to the hospital, where one is still dealing with a significant injury. All other drivers involved were only minorly injured. The accident is still under investigation this morning by Kenosha police. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
A former daycare worker in West Dallas faces child pornography charges. 25-year-old Jonathan Berkey allegedly took sexually explicit photos of an 11-year-old girl and posted them to an online chat room. Authorities also found more than 15 videos of child porn on his phone. In a criminal complaint, the girl's mother says Berkey would watch children during before-school care at St. Paul's Lutheran School and occasionally at his home. She also says Berkey is the school principal's son. Berkey is in custody on a $5,000 bond and due back in court next Thursday.
It's official. President-elect Donald Trump wants RFK, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., as his cabinet pick for the Department of Health and Human Services. ABC's Mary Bruce.
President-elect Donald Trump praising Robert F. Kennedy Jr. after naming him to be Secretary of Health and Human Services.
I guess if you like health and if you like people that live a long time, it's the most important position.
Trump now hoping to put a noted vaccine skeptic in charge of the nation's health system.
I think you're going to do some unbelievable things.
Kennedy has endorsed a host of debunked conspiracy theories, including falsely claiming that childhood vaccines cause autism.
Meanwhile, President-elect Trump's choice of Matt Gaetz to be Attorney General has been met with concern on Capitol Hill. Some say the allegations of sexual conduct and illicit drug use make the Florida Republican unfit to be the nation's highest law enforcement officer. CBS's Jared Hill.
Gaetz resigned from the House to pursue the nomination Wednesday, just days before the House Ethics Committee had planned to vote on whether to release a report regarding allegations of sexual misconduct and drug use. Matt Gaetz has denied any wrongdoing.
Some senators say they need to see the House Ethics Committee report before deciding how they will vote on whether or not Gaetz should head the Justice Department.
A controversial pipeline in northern Wisconsin has been given the go-ahead.
The Wisconsin DNR is giving a green light to Enbridge Energy. The permit allows the Canadian oil company to replace 20 miles of existing petroleum pipeline, including a 12-mile segment within the Bad River Band of Lake Superior Chippewa's land. 41 miles of new pipeline will route entirely outside the reservation's border. Enbridge, however, must adhere to over 200 conditions, including restoring disturbed wetlands and minimizing spills. The company has faced scrutiny for pursuing a reroute instead of decommissioning the line. Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
Worldwide coverage of the kayaker from Wisconsin who investigators believe faked his own death is leading to more tips.
Investigators with the Green Lake County Sheriff's Department are evaluating those new tips now. Their goal? To find Ryan Borgwart.
We want to make sure that he is safe and, it wasn't a scam. The other thing is we want to bring him back for his family.
Sheriff Mark Podol tells Wisconsin's Midday News he's hopeful.
I think he's got to pull at his heartstrings and know what's important in his life, his children. That's the biggest thing.
Jessica Ty, WTMJ News.
Investigators think Borgward is in Eastern Europe.
Coming up, the flames continue across the Northeast.
Citing Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 7:05.
Well, now that the time is right and you're ready to make it happen, I can tell you this. We've installed hundreds of all-glass shower enclosures. And the one thing customers like best about them is that they have virtually no framework. And that's a positive on a number of levels. First off, the less framework you have, the easier your cleanup is going to be. And secondly, when you have virtually no framework on your all-glass shower enclosure, not only does the glass show well, but it also allows for the beautiful tile work that a lot of folks are having done these days to be a real aesthetic focal point. And when we install your all-glass shower enclosure with nearly maintenance-free shower guard glass, you're going to be cleaning it less and enjoying it a whole lot more. This is Stacy Sinks with Less's Glass Service. If it's a new glass shower door, fogged or broken insulated glass replacement, or affordable glass and mirror home decor that you've been looking for, you just can't pass on Less's Glass. Less's Glass Service, serving all of southeastern Wisconsin. Find us at lessglassservice.com.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
It's WTMJ's Steve Scafidi. Right now, for every 2 windows you buy, you get 2 free. On top of that, Universal Windows Direct is offering 0% financing for 60 months. Restrictions apply. For the last windows you'll ever need, go to UWD.com.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Don't miss our Ag Black Friday event at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. This Friday through Sunday, shop unbeatable Black Friday-like prices on brands you know and trust to keep your farm going strong. Like Pro Value Poly Scoop Shovels, half price, now just $14.99. Save $20 on 200-pound AgriMaster All-Natural Cattle Protein Tubs, only $54.99. And AgriMaster Layer 16% poultry feeds, just $9.99. Stock up and save on the farm supplies you need during Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Ag Black Friday event.
Share all the holiday joy this season with the convenient shipping and enhanced network of the United States Postal Service. Visit USPS.com/holidayride.
Find furniture for life from Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, or downtown Milwaukee.
Citing Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 7:07.
Packers and Bears. Really? 7:15.
Wet weather seems to be almost everywhere except the nation's northeast, which still faces the threat of wildfire. ABC's Lee Goldberg in New York.
Not a drop of rain. Fire weather alerts go up for Friday and Saturday. Severe drought has expanded across the northeast. Even extreme drought southern New Jersey, that's not changing. Maybe the next rain is about a week away. Could that have some of the DNA of the remnants of Tropical Storm Sarah? That storm formed the Caribbean. It's soaking Honduras and Nicaragua.
The drought is particularly extreme in New Jersey, which has had its driest conditions in nearly 120 years. Some areas have experienced 40 days without measurable rain.
The Boy Scouts of America are auctioning off some artwork today in order to pay off a recent settlement.
The auction here in Dallas includes 25 items, including 5 paintings by Norman Rockwell. Settlement trustee Barbara Hauser says the money will support survivors of abuse.
They have waited literally decades, multiple decades, for someone to acknowledge what happened to them.
Heritage Auctions' Aviva Lehman says 1969's Beyond the Easel is one of few self-portraits by Rockwell, showing him with several Boy Scouts.
It was an incredibly important and special part of his career and life.
Bidding for that's reached about $250,000. Alan Skaya for CBS News, Dallas.
A music producer behind some of the greatest songs in British punk rock has died.
Music producer and arranger Shel Talmy worked on the Kinks' hit You Really Got Me, as well as The Who's My Generation. He also backed David Bowie in his early days. Talmy's publicist says he died at his home in Los Angeles from complications from a stroke. He was 87 years old. Wendy Gillette, CBS News.
7:09.
What you doing? I'm completely sealing up all the doors to get the house ready for winter. This is where a lot of warm air escapes. How will we get in and out? We'll just have to hunker down till spring. Don't worry, I've stocked up on provisions.
Sometimes getting your home ready for winter is best left to professionals. The same is definitely true for your vehicles. And now's the time to visit any of the 115 Adam member new car dealers to get your oil changed, have your brakes and wipers checked, and make sure your tires will get you through a long Wisconsin winter. Best of all, every Adam member dealer has factory certified technicians and uses factory manufactured warranted parts. Their prices are competitive with or even lower than independent shops. So while you're preparing for winter, be sure to prepare your vehicles too, because a well-maintained car extends the life of your car and means safer winter driving. Visit adamm.com to find the nearest Adam member dealer.
Traffic is sponsored by the famous Fox and Hounds restaurant near Holy Hill.
The historic Fox and Hounds restaurant in Hubertus is hiring bussers, food expos, and food runners. Start next week. Parents, tell your kids, foxandhoundsrestaurant.com.
7:10. Hey, Debbie, you hear this story? Concerning story out of Illinois that they're telling people not to have children wear Chicago Bears jerseys.
Okay.
Because they're a choking hazard. No. Yeah, keep them coming. Keep texting them in 855-616-1620. All your Bears jokes. Debbie loves them.
I'm worried about that we are smack talking so much that then something happens on Sunday.
I wish I had that type of power. How are the roads?
If that's the case, think of me kindly. All right, westbound 94, right about at Highway 100. Looks like we've got the left lane still blocked with a crash. That's going to be affecting your ride. You're seeing delays all the way back through the Zoo interchange, so be prepared for that. Otherwise, southbound 43 is looking pretty good, heading down from Ozaukee County. Same for 41 southbound, looking pretty good from Good Hope Road all the way down to the Zoo interchange. Other than that, we're looking okay around the rest of the system. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Mostly cloudy skies for today. Maybe a couple peaks of sunshine with high temperatures in the lower 50s this afternoon. Tonight, 40s with mostly cloudy skies. Then for Saturday, high temperatures in the mid-50s. Still keeping cloudier skies going. We will look at a small chance for an isolated rain shower Saturday night into Sunday morning. Sunday afternoon, mostly cloudy with high temperatures near 60. Most of Monday will be dry with high temperatures in the mid-50s. We'll look at rain chances increasing Monday evening into Monday night. Then rain likely for Tuesday with high temperatures in the upper 50s. I'm meteorologist Tyler Moore, the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
48 degrees.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here's Erik Bilstad.
You found one. Michelle Richards is here. Vince is back on Monday. You found one, right? A Bears joke that you wanted to share with the class?
Okay, yeah, sure. So, Erik, why doesn't Springfield, the capital of Illinois, have a professional football team?
I don't know. Why not?
Because then Chicago would want one.
Hey, thank you. Good night, everybody. Yep, keep texting them in. We're enjoying some of these.
You can't see my huge eye roll, by the way.
More on the Packers here coming up in just a couple of minutes. Boy, when you hear something like this, you know it must be bad. That's what it sounded like on a plane. Severe turbulence forcing a Scandinavian Airlines flight to head back to Europe on Thursday. It was bad.
There were screams in the sky and the sounds of items crashing when passengers captured the chaos from severe turbulence and posted it on social media. The Miami-bound flight that had taken off from Stockholm, Sweden, turned back over Greenland and headed to Copenhagen, Denmark, so the plane could be inspected. No one was seriously hurt. Passengers received hotel rooms before boarding another flight to Florida. Wendy Gillette, CBS News.
I always wonder about that. Yeah, then we're going to have you get on another flight. You know what I mean? You wonder who would be interested in flying again after that. In one of the videos, you can see someone's feet like nearly touching the ceiling of the craft. You can see it in the background. Their boots like fly up in the air just by the way they were positioned when that thing began to drop.
That's terrifying.
So luckily, no one hurt, amazingly. And I also wonder, imagine if anyone was not in their seats, if anyone was just walking around or, God forbid, using the restroom or anything. Amazing that there aren't any injuries. It's pretty dramatic. 7:14, lots to get to in sports with Greg next.
Al Leidinger, president of Matheson Manufacturing, needed better document imaging technology rather badly. Then came a James Imaging Systems sales representative to the rescue.
Tammy Oliver actually walked in the door one day and introduced herself and showed us the new features that the Toshiba had compared to our old copier. So we ended up signing up with them.
Now, after the sale, is your James Imaging Systems sales rep's customer service meeting your expectations?
Yes, she still checks in to see how things are going and if we need anything. So I really do appreciate that from a customer service standpoint.
James Imaging Systems. Better document imaging technology, better support, amazing people.
There's a true personal relationship, and we've been very happy with them.
Less than happy with your current document imaging vendor? Make the switch to James Imaging Systems. It's easy to do. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com. James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
Flooring, carpeting, bath, or kitchen remodeling. Adair is the name Milwaukee has trusted for 65 years. This is Rob Adair. Ready to remodel? Give us a call, 761-3660. Get personal care from Adair, South 27th in Franklin.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
Well, if you didn't already know, it's Packers-Bears week. Not elusive to all the amazing jokes that we have on this program, which means it's time to pull out all of the statistics that, sound unbelievable, but then when you think about the matchup, they're pretty believable. Here we go. The last time the Chicago Bears beat the Green Bay Packers, December 16th, 2018. That's, count 'em, 6 years ago. 10 straight losses, which means the Packers are 10-0 under the tutelage of Matt LaFleur against the Chicago Bears. No Bears player on the active roster for Chicago has defeated the Packers. They're not jokes, folks. These are stats.
But you laugh when you hear them.
You definitely do. George McCaskey made chairman of the Chicago Bears 13 seasons ago. Buddy has only beat the Packers 3 times, and we're going to give him the mad money treatment.
Sell.
Indeed. Jair Alexander has his thoughts.
It's fun. It's exciting. I always say, things could be a lot worse. I could be a Bears fan.
There it is. Thank you for being ready for that one. This man has never lost to the Bears in his career under the green and gold. It's Elton Jenkins.
They fans, jibber jabbering, doing a lot of talking, and then when the game do come down to like the third, fourth quarter where we up, I like to just hear all the quietness and stuff like that, and the people leaving the stadium.
The third quarter was the
right.
See, it's not again. Not a joke. I think that makes the case. It's Packers-Bears week, everybody. Noon on Sunday at Soldier Field. Speaking of boat race, set maybe on the other end for the Wisconsin Badgers. No. All right, before we throw the throttle, we have to talk about the mindset when you're staring down the barrel of the number one team in the nation coming to your house under the lights Saturday night. So when we're talking motivating players, let's go to who knows best. It's Barry Alvarez.
You don't motivate somebody by saying, you're going to get beat if you do this, or you're going to get beat if you don't practice better. You don't tell them you're going to get beat. You never say you're going to get beat. It's what the things you have to do to win. And then the coaches command that during practice.
I like that. That's not, hey, everyone's counting you out. That's not that discussion, because they've had that before, and it hasn't worked in the past for multiple teams. So, Badgers, Oregon Ducks, Saturday night, 6:30 kickoff at Camp Randall. Finally, we've got high school football playoffs here on WTMJ tonight. Catholic Memorial versus Wisconsin Lutheran. Kickoff at Muskego High School happens at 6. If you cannot make it out, catch it right here on WTMJ.
Yeah, Friday Night Lights. Here we go. It gets really juicy tonight.
Intense.
So good luck to all those teams. By the way, did you hear? So they are considering building a new Bears stadium.
Yep.
And they said it has to have a roof.
Okay.
You know why?
For weather, I'm assuming?
Well, no, because every trash can needs a lid. Oh, thank you. Thanks to the 920 for that one. Text them in if you like the Bears jokes. WTMJ Talk and text line 855-616-1620. Throughout history, some people have been born into greatness because of their name or family. Others gained greatness because of their actions. On Wisconsin's Morning News, we celebrate everyday heroes, the John or Jane Doe who had no idea when they woke up one morning they'd be saving a life. Everyday Heroes, Thursday at 6:40 on Wisconsin's Morning News, presented by Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living, transforming the culture of care.
Hey, Dan, another satisfied client.
Yeah?
Marlo just told me that having organized spaces has completely reset the tone of their household.
I bet they're easily finding what they need.
Yep, their shoes, their coats.
They can find their keys. They aren't tripping over toys.
Exactly, because everything has a place.
Changing lives one space at a time. Let us help you calm your chaos today at Inspired Closets. InspiredClosetsMilwaukee.com.
A wife and husband team.
Craft your Brewers mini plan for the 2025 season, featuring all new 6-packs and 12-packs. Get in on the action with great ticket rates, marquee matchups, and priority seating. Plus, you'll get a limited edition Brewers Crowler with each 12-pack or pair of 6-packs. Looking to customize your games to fit your schedule? Build your own ticket plan options are also available. Pick the plan for you at brewers.com/ticket finder.
This is the sound of footsteps down a hallway. Doesn't sound like much, but to those facing a complex condition, it's the path from one appointment to the next. Because all the doctors, treatments, and technology you've been fighting to find, they're all right here, under one roof, connected by hallways instead of highways. Welcome to East Park Medical Center. UW Health. Remarkable.
All right, Debbie Lasgo, we got something popping there?
Yeah, we got this accident blocking the left lane at just past Highway 100 on westbound 94. Now, that is creating backups pretty much all the way back past 84th Street now. So, kind of a hefty ride. If you can avoid it, actually, now that I'm looking at it on the camera, it looks like they may have just cleared it. But still, those delays are still sticking around, so just be extra careful. Southbound 43, backing up a bit, south of Hampton, all the way to Capitol Drive. We've got 41 looking pretty good, though, from Good Hope Road, pretty much all the way down to the zoo. Everything is in the clear there. Hey, help out your fellow commuters. Report accidents, slowdowns, and road conditions to the Hall Volkswagen traffic tip line at 414-238-9329. Come to Hall Volkswagen for the Volkswagen Sign Then Drive event. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Hey, Debbie.
Talk to me.
Debbie, did you hear the Bears charter flight doesn't have a Bears logo on the actual plane? You know why?
Why would that be, Eric?
Because it can't touch down. Keep them coming, everybody. 855-616-1620 on the talk and text line. We'll read your best Bears joke.
I think I heard her eye roll in that one. I did. It was loud. Mostly cloudy today. You could see a few peaks of sunshine this afternoon and a high of 53. Tonight, mostly cloudy, 41. Saturday, mostly cloudy, some showers at night, a high of 54. Sunday, a slight chance of showers in the morning, then mostly cloudy, mild and breezy, a high of 60. Monday, mostly cloudy, a chance of showers in the afternoon, a high of 54. And rain likely on Tuesday. It'll be breezy with a high of 59.
Someone texting and asking, hey, can you please put all the jokes in one spot? I'm missing some of them. I just missed the one about the garbage can lid. Sorry, 262. We're doing the best we can with what we got here. It is Wisconsin's Morning New. Vince is back on Monday. Michelle Richards is here. Thank you, Michelle, for coming back for another day. Interesting nugget in the world of job application and looking for work. In the era of the selfie, there is one generation that's sharing its favorite photo with potential employers. A new survey by Talker Research is revealing that American millennials are leading the way in including photos on resumes. Even though generally in the U.S., we do exclude the headshots, obviously if you're in certain lines of work, like if you're acting or whatever, but including the photo of yourself and your mug on the resume. Now, the survey conducted last month, 1,000 Americans across generations and across the country about the resumes. They say 42% of millennials, and they were born from 1981 to 1996, say they would include a photo on their resume or job application.
Now, are these professional headshots or are these selfies?
I doubt that, well, they're probably not professional, but they may not just be like you.
Hey.
Selfie, like at the Packers game.
Right.
No, but no, I think it's a self-taken shot, if you will.
Okay. So I think this has been common in other countries, definitely Europe for some time. And I saw also in some Asian countries that this is pretty common practice. But here in the U.S., I think there are concerns about, unconscious bias, discrimination, maybe if you see a person and make a judgment, regardless of whether you intend to or not.
Yeah, the book by its cover situation, right? Well, yeah, and you can make that argument too, and I mean this seriously. I'm going to ask this question seriously, even though it may come off as snide or whatever. But like, what if you're not pleasant to look at? And if you're not, will that have an adverse effect? And I'm not trying to suggest that people aren't all beautiful in some way or another, but you know what I mean? Like, will that, even if it's subconsciously, have an employer throwing your resume aside?
Well, and how many people are going to put filters on their photos that might make you look more attractive than you actually are?
Michelle Holohan, who's the VP of Employer Brand for HireMind, she was speaking with Newsweek, and she discourages photos on resumes. She says, I think putting a photo on your resume in a job search is suicide, unless you are an actor or a model, et cetera, et cetera. She says, in U.S. corporate America, I know many employers that automatically ditch resumes with photos. They're actively trying to decrease bias in an interview process. It's just too risky. And totally get that. Like, you don't want to, even if it's completely non-intentionally done, if you are caught to be leaning one way or another because of what the photo may show, that doesn't help anybody.
Well, and it's the same reason you don't put your age on a resume, right? You don't want to be discriminated against if you're a little bit older and looking for a job.
It's interesting, though. Wouldn't you be able to figure that out as an employer, how old someone was just by the experience and when they're, if your first job was 1975, I think the employer's going to figure that out, right? Unless
but do you really go back that far, though? I mean, don't you just usually go back a couple jobs?
As a one who used to take in quite a few resumes, I was always surprised at what was on some of them.
I was a waitress.
Yeah, like high school jobs. Some people threw those on there. I'm like, okay. It didn't really affect a decision at all, but was one thing that I noticed. Anyway, I'm curious if, with what you said, if this is something that's going to just continue to grow. If anything, I would suggest that it could indicate just your ability to be more visual, which in many jobs is helpful. Like if you're able to create what is a pretty looking resume, is that fair? Then that would indicate you have more talents that you can create in whatever the job it is you're looking for, that you have that ability to use more than one program or do more than one thing.
Sure. And there are those resume builders out there, and some of them have spots for pictures.
What would you do if you saw a resume come through typewritten, like with a typewriter, on that old type paper and everything?
News about your money. It's a good question. I guess it would depend, but that would be a hurdle right from the start, I'm guessing, if it's because that does not come off well, I don't think, even though that would be unique and cool.
I was going to say nowadays, wouldn't it be unique?
Kind of retro.
Might stand out.
Yeah, you're right. Give it a shot. Let's see what happens. News handwritten. Oof. All right. WTMJ, Annex Wealth Management Market Update. The stock futures 1 hour from now, and the futures are all in the red at the moment. The bell rings, of course, 1 hour from now. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com.
Hey, this is Steve Scafidi for Advent. I had some snoring issues that kept my wife up at night. That led to poor sleep and a lot of tired mornings on the radio, and nobody wants that, trust me. Put it simply, my nose wasn't working the way it should. I decided to go to Advent for a quick 30-minute visit, one of their great facilities, talk to a bunch of their doctors. They really put me at ease. After a really simple sleep study at home, in my own bed, they determined the root cause of my problem had to do with my sinuses and nasal passages in my breathing triangle. I didn't even know I had a breathing triangle, so I went to see Advent. After a short procedure done in office, I'm back to breathing well, and my wife and I are both back to sleeping through the whole night. The best sleep we've ever had, that could be you. If you struggle with restless nights like I did, take the time to see how Advent can help. To find out how breathing well and sleeping well can make your life and your nights a whole lot better, go to AdventKnows.com, schedule an appointment today. Because Advent knows, when you breathe well, you live better.
Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats.
And free groceries.
Okay, just calm down. We'll get to that later.
Stay tuned in right here to score free groceries.
Stop, please.
Okay, I'm shutting up. My lip is zipped.
Anyway, let's get to this week's specials at Century Foods. Now through Wednesday, save on 5 to 8 ounce selected varieties Sargento shredded cheese, 2 for $6. 45 ounce selected varieties Country Crock, $5.49. 12 ounce selected varieties Cremette egg noodles, 2 for $4. 10 to 54 count selected varieties Hefty plates, bowls, or bags, 2 for $4.
And now time for the big reveal. Free groceries.
That's too over the top. Try this. Win free groceries from Century Foods.
Free groceries from Century Foods.
Forget it. I'll handle the rest. Enter to win $500 worth of free groceries on Century's Facebook or Instagram by January 8th.
Well, we got that accident cleared up west of Highway 100 on westbound 94. Still seeing some delays, though, coming through from before 84th Street into the zoo and then again west of Highway 100 into Waukesha County. Otherwise, southbound 43, a little tight from Hampton down to Capitol Drive. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. President-elect Trump making more cabinet choices. ABC's Mary Bruce with more on his choice to head up the Department of Health and Human Services.
Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has endorsed a host of debunked conspiracy theories, including falsely claiming that childhood vaccines cause autism, although the fraudulent study that introduced the concept was retracted long ago. And numerous high-quality studies have since shown that is not true. There is no link between vaccines and autism. Most of the vaccines used today have been used safely for decades, though Kennedy claims otherwise.
Senators of both parties are calling on the House Ethics Committee to release its findings from a months-long sexual misconduct and illicit drug use investigation into Attorney General nominee Matt Gaetz. That investigation was dropped when Gaetz resigned his House seat. Man from Houston, Anas Saeed, under arrest, plotting terror attacks on U.S. soil, faces up to 20 years in prison. This is ABC News.
Citing Unlimited WTMJ News Time 7:31.
From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, a former daycare worker in West Ellis is now facing child pornography charges. His name, Jonathan Berkey, 25 years old. He is accused of taking sexually explicit photos of an 11-year-old and posting them to an online chat room. Now, investigators found more than 15 videos on his phone of child pornography. The criminal complaint says the victim's mother says Berkey would watch children during before-school care at St. Paul's Lutheran School and occasionally at his residence. She also says Berkey is the school's principal's son. Berkey now in custody on a $5,000 bond. He's due back in court next week.
An 18-year-old is charged with killing another teenager at a bus stop. Christian Martin facing 1 count of intentional homicide for the death of 15-year-old Nelson Lopez Correa. The criminal complaint says Martin shot Lopez Correa in the head while he was standing at a bus stop near 16th and Forest Home on October 28th. A witness who was with Lopez Correa at the time of the shooting said she knew Martin as a former boyfriend. If convicted, Martin faces life in prison.
A TikTok going viral shows a man with striking similarities to the kayaker from southeast Wisconsin who investigators now believe faked his own death. But Green Lake County Sheriff Mike Pottle is reaffirming to Wisconsin's Midday News it is not the same guy.
Looking at the facial recognition and just the information that we have, does not appear that is him on that video.
Worldwide coverage of this case has resulted in a lot of tips coming in this week. Now, Ryan Borkwart went missing in August after a kayaking trip at Green Lake. Investigators believe he left the country.
All 72 of Wisconsin's counties have posted their complete unofficial results of the 2024 election. Results for the election can be found on any county clerk's website, and those results are then sent to the Wisconsin Elections Commission. Now, the commission will begin the state certification process to ensure the results for both state and federal elections are verified. The commission says that the certification process takes weeks to complete, and certification will most likely be complete on December 1st.
Cutting Waukesha County's tax rate for the 11th year in a row and no sales tax increase as of now anyway. Just one of the results of that county 2025 budget being approved Thursday. Budgeted funds would also go to the Sheriff's Department for jail operations, mental health services, and fighting the opioid crisis. The total budget for Waukesha County, nearly $400 million.
Electric vehicle owners get a new charging tax in the new year. EV owners will be charged 3 cents per kilowatt hour for electricity used at an EV charging station. And owners of the charging stations will need to register with the Wisconsin Department of Revenue before adding that charge for customers. Money collected will be used to fund statewide road repairs.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:34. Traffic sponsored by the shower remodel experts at Kohler Services, WI.com.
Upgrade to a beautiful Kohler Luxstone shower in as little as a day or two with the shower remodel experts at Kohler Services. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com today.
Coming up, here comes the bride, but where is everybody?
A well-placed mirror can be a decorator's best friend. And what I like best about adding a decorative mirror to a room is its ability to give it a bright, open feeling. It makes the most of a room's natural light, and that can give a real boost to your room's decor. So here are a few decorative mirror ideas that we can help you with. Say you have windows with a pretty view. Well, why not double your pleasure? Placing a large frame mirror directly across from a window that gets good light will give you great views from either side. Give your small apartment more space than meets the eye with a full wall mirror placed into a partially recessed wall. All you have to do is slide a chest or banquet in front of it, and the effect is subtle but very glamorous. This is Stacy Sinks with Less's Glass Service. If it's a new glass shower door, fogged or broken insulated glass replacement, or affordable glass and mirror home decor that you've been looking for, you just can't pass on Less's Glass. Less's Glass Service, serving all of southeastern Wisconsin. Find us at lessglassservice.com.
It started with a prediction.
We'll go out there and play basketball and win.
And how many games?
6.
It became the culture.
Chance of Bucks in 6.
Being a Bucks fan means you live and breathe Bucks in 6. Brandon Jennings created the prophecy. Tune into Behind the Bucks, the story of Brandon Jennings on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and streaming wherever you get your podcasts.
That's for the culture.
When you work at St. Vincent de Paul Thrift Stores, you'll be helping us help others. There are many that need our help, and we need your help to carry out our mission. St. Vincent de Paul is always looking for part-time team members. You'll get competitive pay, benefits, and flexibility in scheduling. So apply online at svdpmilw.org or stop by Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, or 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:37.
The note that was left by Dom Catronio here in the studio reads, William Contreras is the best catcher in baseball. That story at 7:45.
Usually it takes months, if not, up to a year or even longer to plan a big celebration like a wedding.
Mm-hmm.
And you expect it to be, memorable, and you expect people to care.
Of course.
And
sure.
show up for you.
All
well,
right.
Unfortunately, this didn't happen for one couple in Oregon. They announced their wedding date in January, and Kalina and Shane, the happy couple, were talking nonstop about it. They invited more than 75 people, yet when the big day arrived, only 5 of them showed up.
Well, did only 5 RSVP that they were coming?
No, I think they got RSVPs. They were planning on 40 people to show up. So that implies that 40 people said they would, and
was it snowing?
5 of them showed up.
Was there severe weather?
No. So
what do? Do you still have it?
They did. They told people to show up at 1, and they were going to walk down the aisle at like 1:15. And the mom texted the bride and said, "There's nobody here." And they waited until 2, and then they just said, yeah, we're just going to do it. I mean, I'm in the dress. My hair is done. My makeup's done. We're ready to go.
Is it more awkward to be the bride or groom or like the one person that came?
Well, she's trying to hold it together and not fall apart on her wedding day because all of her friends ditched her.
Well, how does this happen, though? Like, why? How did we even hear about this? Did they go?
She posted on TikTok.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Why you? We don't need to hear your misery.
She posted on TikTok, and some were like, okay, there's got to be something else going on here. People don't like. I don't know.
Or maybe
did you do something to offend people?
We've heard of bride and grooms asking for money from their guests. Hey, you can come to our wedding, but you got to pay us.
Yeah,
maybe that's part of the issue.
That wasn't made clear, but then some TikTokers were reacting like, you know what? Let's have a do-over. We'll all show up for you.
Oh, so the TikTokers are going to throw a party for him? Okay. All right.
Who knows?
7:39. There's a big event taking place tonight, but is it real? That story coming up. This portion of the show sponsored by Steinhoffels. Visit them at steinhoffels.com.
There's nothing better than a great night's sleep on a Tempur-Pedic mattress from Steinhoffels. The advanced pressure-relieving power makes aches and pains a thing of the past. Right now at Steinhoffels, save up to $300 on mattresses and up to $200 when you upgrade to an adjustable base. Plus, get $300 in Steinhoffels cash, and Queen Tempur-Pedic mattresses start at just $48 per month when you use Steinhoffels 60-month financing. Shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com.
I know you have a great dog, right? But you know there's room for improvement. At Sit Means Sit Dog Training, we can help. Our attention-based training system uses modern technology to help you better communicate with your dog, even in high distraction. When you schedule a free consultation with us, you will have the opportunity to see our training in action and meet for yourself our happy dogs off leash and under control. Contact Sit Means Sit today at 262-361-3641 or find us on the web at sitmeansitwaukesha.com to schedule your free consultation so you can have a happy, confident, and obedient dog.
Do you know how taxes will impact your golden years? I'm Tony Drake from Drake & Associates. Proper tax planning can make all the difference in your retirement savings. Without the right strategy, taxes can take a big bite out of your hard-earned nest egg. We can help you maximize your retirement income and keep more of what you earned. It's your money. You deserve to know what's at stake. Right now, taxes are historically low, but they won't be low forever. At Drake & Associates, we focus on helping you navigate the complexities of tax laws to ensure your financial future is secure. Don't let taxes derail your retirement dreams. Call us or text TAX to 414-409-9982. That's TAX to 414-409-9982.
Drake & Associates is an independent investment advisory firm that offers different investment vehicles. All insurance products are backed by the issuing insurance company. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only.
So, Debbie, apparently the Chicago Bulls, I didn't hear this story, the Bulls wanted the Bears quarterback Caleb Williams on their team. Did you hear this? They wanted to draft him also.
Wow.
Because they saw how good he is at throwing picks. Okay. Oh, that one from the 920. Okay. All right.
Okay, we're digging deep now. All right.
And the roads.
Southbound 43 backing up a bit from before Hampton down to Capitol Drive. Westbound 94 just starting to slow down a bit from 27th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. And then again, back on the brakes just west of Highway 100 heading into Waukesha County. On the eastbound side, got a little bit of a backup from just before Hawley Road all the way through the Stadium interchange. Other than that, just a broken down vehicle, 894 southbound at Greenfield Avenue, but it's out of traffic on the right. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Mostly cloudy skies for today. Maybe a couple peaks of sunshine with high temperatures in the lower 50s this afternoon. Tonight, 40s with mostly cloudy skies. Then for Saturday, high temperatures in the mid-50s. Still keeping cloudier skies going. We will look at the small chance for an isolated rain shower Saturday night into Sunday morning. Sunday afternoon, mostly cloudy with high temperatures near 60. Most of Monday will be dry with high temperatures in the mid-50s. We'll look at rain chances increasing Monday evening into Monday night. Then rain likely for Tuesday with high temperatures in the upper 50s. I'm meteorologist Tyler Moore, the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
49 degrees right now at 7:43. Michelle, what will you be doing at 7 p.m. today?
Watching boxing for sure.
So Netflix has the big event tonight. It's Mike Tyson and YouTuber Jake Paul. They separate in age of 30 years. Jake Paul is 27 years old. Big social media guy. Anyone, under 30?
11 knows him.
Well, yeah, definitely
My
11.
kid knows him.
My boys are invited to parties tonight to go watch this fight. And then he's going to fight 58-year-old Mike Tyson, one of the greatest heavyweight boxers of all time, and it's going to be on Netflix. So questions about how this goes and questions about who this Jake Paul guy is for those who don't know. Associate editor of Boxing Illustrated and World Balloon podcast creator John Suntress was on What's on Tap with Sandy Max.
Jake Paul's a big YouTube sensation, and a lot of his attention comes from his YouTube followers. I will give him credit. He's been fighting for 5 years, and I think he's learned. But I don't think he ever will be a top contender. Not that he needs to be, because through his own self-promotion on these fights, he's made a lot of money. For this fight alone, Netflix is paying him $40 million.
Which is incredible. He's going to get paid $40 million no matter what happens tonight. And that's kind of the concern for some boxing fans. And Suntress goes into it like, okay, so what does that mean this is going to be? Is this a joke?
There are 8-round fights, but these are 2-minute 8 rounds as opposed to the usual 3. The size of the gloves are 14 ounces as opposed to the regular for heavies, which is 10 ounces. So these are like pillows. And truly, like, some people are like, all right, is this real or not?
Yeah, so what will it be like? We'll find out tonight. That's John Suntress, the Word Balloon podcast creator and associate editor of Boxing Illustrated on What's on Tap with Sandy Max. At 7:45, we get to sports next.
After a series of meetings with the James Imaging Systems sales rep, Matheson Manufacturing chose document imaging technology from James. Matheson Manufacturing President Al Leininger.
They have a reputation out in the field. They've been around for a long, long time. I was really impressed with it.
I also understand you're impressed with the document imaging technology.
Yes, it's quicker, it's faster. We can do a lot more with the copy functions.
James Imaging Systems, better document imaging technology, better support, even lower printing costs.
Yes, definitely. I think the lease is very cost effective for us. It certainly helps with cash flow, and it's just good.
Al, anything else you'd like to add about your experience with James Imaging Systems?
Yes, James Imaging has been a really good partner with us from the beginning.
Start your business technology partnership with James Imaging Systems today. Call 262-781-7700. James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
So if you haven't recognized, it's Packers-Bears week this weekend. And amongst the multitude of stats that I can list or jokes that we can come up with, I do have a live look at inside the Bears camp. Yeah, that dumpster's on fire currently. So we've discussed game plan, right? We've discussed X's and O's, who's in, who's out. The discussion for the Bears all week, yeah, it's been, should they bench their number 1 overall pick quarterback, Caleb Williams, because of how messy of a year this has been? Safe to say the honeymoon phase is much over in Chicago. ESPN's Dan Orlovsky.
Chicago thinks they're dating Caleb Williams. You're married to him, okay? You draft Caleb Williams, you decide to start Caleb Williams, and the first time that the adversity hits, it's like, well, we'll push you over here, and you don't matter anymore because the other stuff is more important. You're married to him, guys. When the going gets tough, the tough get going.
A little relationship advice from the former quarterback. Right. It's not wedding bells we hear. No, okay, all right. Packers-Bears noon Sunday at Soldier Field. Little Undertaker never hurt anybody, right?
It's going to be great.
Packers-Bears at Sunday. Meanwhile, how about a little baseball news? The Milwaukee Brewers announced details and some tweaks to their regular season schedule.
We knew the date, March 31st. We knew the opponent, the Kansas City Royals. We now know that opening day in Milwaukee will be a 1:10 first pitch. New for 2025, all regular season weeknight games, Monday through Thursday, will start at 6:40. All Friday games will begin at 7:10. Tickets for spring training go on sale November 18th at 10 a.m. The Cactus League season begins February 22nd. Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
Ooh, baseball around the corner already?
Mm-hmm.
More Brewers news, by the way. Congratulations to William Contreras, names to the MLB All-First Team representing the catcher's position. That means the well-deserved William Contreras is the best catcher in Major League Baseball, and he's on your Milwaukee Brewers.
And we should learn about Jackson Chourio and Pat Murphy next week for Manager of the Year and Rookie of the Year.
Which, come on. Like, gotta be a lock, right?
You would assume
Come
so,
on.
right? Come on.
Yeah, we'll be kicking and screaming in a week. You wait.
Hey, do you know?
Go ahead.
Sorry, no, do you have?
No, I know what you have planned. You should do it, and we should fulfill the audience's what they want.
Just because they have been suggested to us via the text line. There is a new way now for those who have cabins up north on how to keep the bears from digging through, because oftentimes you have some trash cans out and you got bears digging through there and dealing with all that stuff.
Sounds like helpful news. How do you do it?
And there is a new way you can take care of that. You can draw a goalpost across there. Bears won't cross the goalpost, right? The touchdowns. Do you have anything else?
I don't. I can't follow that.
All right. Talisher's next.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Don't spend another winter shivering at home with wind howling through your windows. Take advantage of this deal at Pella. No interest and no payments for 12 months. Keep your home comfortable and save on energy bills thanks to customizable windows and doors from Pella. Pella can design them to look like they've been a part of your home throughout its history. Visit PellaWI.com today. Certain restrictions do apply. This offer ends on the 30th of November.
Our favorite reason to choose Diamonds Direct over any other jeweler? Free service for life with no fine print. That's right. When you buy your engagement ring or any piece of jewelry at Diamonds Direct, you will never have to pay a dime in the future for sizing, cleaning, or routine maintenance. At Diamonds Direct, there's no gotcha clause, no fine print, no looking for ways to void the warranty. Diamonds Direct, the jeweler you can trust with a no questions asked 100% free lifetime warranty with no strings attached. Come see us to learn more.
Reason number 52 to choose Diamonds Direct over any other jeweler. Only Diamonds Direct gives you a 110% diamond upgrade guarantee. Diamonds Direct will give you 110% of your original purchase price toward the new stone. That's 10% more than you paid the first time. Guaranteed appreciation. Who else does this? There's no fine print and no minimum purchase requirement. It's 10% more, period. Buy with confidence. Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion.
Give the gift of a special night out from the Bartolotta Restaurants. Purchase a gift card at bartolottas.com. Happy holidays from all of us at the Bartolotta Restaurants, and thank you, Milwaukee.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
From the WTMJ Talk and Text line, Debbie Laziga. How many Bears fans does it take to change a light bulb?
How many would you be?
It takes 10, 1 to replace the bulb, and 9 to talk about how much better the 1985 bulb was. Well, all right.
Doing the shuffle. All righty, southbound on 43, we've got an issue. It's an accident right about at State Street. Left lane's blocked with this, so watch out for that. That's going to start to slow your ride down. At the moment, we just really have delays from before Hampton down to Capitol Drive. Eastbound slowing down from about 68th Street through the Stadium interchange to 35th. The westbound side slowing from 27th to Mitchell Boulevard, and tightening up on 41 southbound just a wee bit right past Capitol Drive. I'm Debbie Laziga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Traffic brought to you by Bartolotta Restaurants. You can get the perfect holiday gift right now for this season, a Bartolotta gift card. Go to bartolotta.com, bartolottas.com to get yours. The WTMJ 5-day forecast for today, cloudy, some peaks of the sun later on today, a high of 53. Tonight, cloudy, a low of 41. Saturday, a high of 54. Could see some showers maybe Saturday night. Sunday, there's a slight chance for rain Sunday morning. Otherwise, mild and breezy, a high of 60. Monday, a high of 54. Right now, 49.
Idea Man.
When you go out to dinner or a big lunch and you say it's a birthday, is there an expectation that there is a dessert coming?
Innovative.
I kind of gave a look like, hey, it's his birthday. And the guy's like, oh, cool.
And Packers Hall of Famer.
And then as we come, he goes, you guys want anything else? And I'm like, nope, we're good. And he brings the bill, and that's the end of the day. And I just was thinking to myself, that is really weird.
It's time for Tausch on Wisconsin's Morning News. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and Kohler Services.
So, Tausch, we've been telling jokes. Listeners have been texting in their favorite Chicago Bears jokes. And we're also getting some reaction from folks saying, hey, careful. This is only going to come back to bite us. I love that concern that we're worried that our joke telling may actually sway the game on Sunday. There's concern over this Chicago Bears team.
I think what there's always concern about is letdowns. And, from a professional athlete standpoint, especially in the NFL, when you start getting to the highest levels, your margin of error is razor thin. So when there are little things that will motivate you, and this is why you see some of the greats, LeBron and Jordan and Tom Brady, almost sometimes manufacturing controversy or slights in order to help motivate. So I understand that. And the NFL, we've seen crazy stuff. Carolina's won some games. I didn't think Carolina could beat anybody. Chicago is reeling. And the thing that I cautioned earlier this week, and I think Benny Brust on KBN said 0% chance that the Bears could beat Green Bay. And anytime I start hearing that stuff, my ears do perk up. I love the jokes. I just love that 10 light bulbs or one, and then 10 people talking about that 85 chance. Like, that's all fun. But when you're playing, I think the biggest thing, I always liked playing teams after they won or had a big win, because human nature isn't just with humans, it's football players too. There is that time you kind of let down a little bit. Oh, that's a great win. And I always would rather have somebody feeling a little fat and happy rather than backs against the wall, everybody telling me how bad we are. Professional athletes and the Bears are going to be extra prideful. You know, you're going to see them come out with that kind of backed up mentality, and that's always a dangerous thing. So, yes, I do think the Packers should be on high alert.
What does a team do the night before the game for a game like this? They got to stay in Chicago, right?
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah, well, I think so. This is kind of a funny little bit. Some of us bigger guys there's a great little store, and I'm not going to give free advertising, out right on Michigan Ave, and we used to stay at a nice hotel right down there.
Okay.
And the big guys, it was like clockwork. We'd get down there in the O-line, we'd meet in the lobby, we'd walk down, we'd go to this store because they had big boy clothes, and then we'd come back. And Mike Sherman one year, it was around Christmas, said, let's make sure our focus is on, because everybody loves shopping down in Chicago, even NFL guys. And don't be bringing back a bunch of presents and everything else. So I think we got beat. And then everybody's coming in on the plane, and there's bags from all kinds of different stores and Garrett's popcorn, and everybody's firing it up in the overhead bin, and you can just see the coaches like, I tried to tell you, don't do it. So you go out, you got great food down there, Cut Restaurant, the steakhouse, that's a great partner of ours in ESPN Chicago. So you go, you get a great meal, you get a little shopping in, because it is nice. You get down there earlier because it's such a 10-minute flight or whatever it is, but it's always still going to be focusing about the game.
Well, did you hear? Actually, this is serious. They said that they're not going to sell Bears jerseys, at least the little kid ones, on Michigan Avenue anymore. Do you know why? Because they cause a choking hazard.
Eric.
Choking hazard.
Oh, that's wow. Where do you get all these jokes from? Is this just interwebbed, or I had a hunch that was where it was going? Where are you pulling all these? Just fans sending stuff in?
You'd be amazed at the number of jokes people have texted in. Some of them we can't even read because they're just not appropriate. But yes,
a little envelope pushy. So yes. I will say, and I'm telling you, I think this is all fun, and we've had it, and I don't think anyone is feeling bad except for Wildy about how Bears fans are feeling about their football team. But there is something, that this group is going to bring everything they got. They got a new offensive coordinator. And whenever somebody is telling you how bad you are and you don't have a chance, that gets dangerous. So I think my antenna, the problem is, from their perspective, Green Bay is just a lot better team.
Yeah.
And they have a lot more weapons, and they're a lot more confident. All of those things, but get out to an early start. You can bury these boys pretty quick.
But that's no joke. All right, Tausch. Thank you, sir.
Good to see ya.
Tausch, sponsored by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. By the way, the forecast is sponsored by Dave Drake Camp Heating.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
Ascension, Wisconsin plans to spend $10 million to centralize all of its regional inpatient behavioral health services to its St. Francis Hospital. This is part of the company's larger plan to change how it delivers care in southeast Wisconsin. Walgreens is closing another Milwaukee location. The national pharmacy retailer says the location on the corner of Hadley Street and North Dr. Martin Luther King Drive will close on December 5th. Milwaukee Bucks fans could catch games on Prime Video next season. Diamond Sports Group has reached a multi-year agreement with Amazon to place all of its local FanDuel Sports Network streaming apps on Prime Video as channels. I'm Drew Dawson from MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on 620 WTMJ.
So if you're selling a $2 million home and you found yourself what you thought was a pretty good deal on your real estate commission at, say, about 3.6%, you'd pay $72,000 in real estate commission. Not bad, right? Well, your Benefit Realty agent will charge you no more than $19,000 no matter what size property you're selling for the listing side of your sale. And it all comes with the full service you'd expect from an experienced real estate brokerage. This is Angela Calais with Benefit Realty, where you pay less for full service. Benefit-realty.com. We've saved our clients over $19 million in real estate commission. Now, I say this because that's a pretty big number, but I also bring it up because it's always been cool for us to save our clients money. It's not about being the top volume agency. Over here, it's more about you. And at 1.9% commission with a cap on our commission for the listing side of your sale, no matter what size property you're selling, you will save substantially. This is Angela Calais with Benefit Realty, where you pay less for full service. Benefit-realty.com.
Why trust Grandview Homes to buy your home? It's simple. We make the home selling process fast, easy, and stress-free, even if your home is less than perfect. No real estate agents, no repairs, no cleanouts needed. Leave the mess and the stress to us. At Grandview Homes, we live and work in your neighborhoods. Our reputation is built on 15 years treating sellers with the dignity and respect they deserve. Visit GrandviewHomes.com for your fair cash offer today. Grandview Homes, the fastest and easiest way to sell your home.
Protect mom's assets, protect your assets. Call Kraus Estate Planning, estateplanningpeople.com.
Breaking news as it happens. Stay up to date with your trusted and relevant source in news, sports, traffic, and weather. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
8:01, I'm Erik Bilstad. This is Wisconsin's Morning News for Friday, November 15th. Our top story, a controversial Wisconsin pipeline gets the go-ahead.
I'm Michelle Richards, fighting back against a high-profile acquisition.
I'm Debbie Loziga, and we've got an issue southbound on 43. We have an accident right at State Street. Left lane is blocked. Looks like there is a semi with an open top back that is involved with this, so it's really blocking things up through there. Also seeing delays from before Hampton Avenue down past Capitol Drive. Eastbound 94 backing up a bit from 68th Street through to 35th. The westbound side slowed from 35th to Mitchell Boulevard. I'm Debbie Loziga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Going to be cloudy today with some peaks of the sun poking through later on this afternoon, a high of 53. Tonight, cloudy, a low of 41. Right now in Milwaukee, 50 at 8:01. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, a controversial pipeline in northern Wisconsin now has the go-ahead.
The Wisconsin DNR is giving a green light to Enbridge Energy. The permit allows the Canadian oil company to replace 20 miles of existing petroleum pipeline, including a 12-mile segment within the Bad River Band of Lake Superior Chippewa's land. 41 miles of new pipeline will route entirely outside the reservation's border. Enbridge, however, must adhere to over 200 conditions, including restoring disturbed wetlands and minimizing spills. The company has faced scrutiny for pursuing a reroute instead of decommissioning the line. Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
The project still needs approval from the U.S. Army Corps.
More details on a deadly crash involving a stolen vehicle Tuesday. Milwaukee County Medical Examiner's Office has identified the 60-year-old man who died at the scene as Clarence Bibbins. His car was struck by a vehicle driven by an 18-year-old fleeing police near 20th and Galena. Police said the striking vehicle was traveling at 80 miles per hour.
Worldwide coverage of the Southeast Wisconsin kayaker, who investigators believe faked his own death, is now leading to more tips.
Investigators with the Green Lake County Sheriff's Department are evaluating those new tips now. Their goal? To find Ryan Borgwart.
We want to make sure that he is safe and, it wasn't a scam. The other thing is we want to bring him back for his family.
Sheriff Mark Podol tells Wisconsin's Midday News he's hopeful.
I think he's got to pull at his heartstrings and know what's important in his life, his children. That's the biggest thing.
Jessica Ty, WTMJ News.
Firefighters continue to battle the stubborn Jennings Creek fire in New Jersey near the New York state border. The fire is now about 70% contained after consuming more than 4,700 acres. CBS's Tom Hansen.
The entire state of New Jersey is facing extreme to moderate drought conditions, a dry spell that hasn't been seen since 1895. Larry Birch came from Atlantic City, nearly 3 hours away.
I've been with the agency now full-time for 24 years, and this is actually the busiest that we've been.
Some parts of New Jersey have experienced 40 days without measurable rain.
As there continues to be cleanup from the historic flooding this year across the South, engineers are aiming to have busy I-40 near the North Carolina-Tennessee border reopened. One lane in each direction, hopefully by the end of the year.
Several sections of the highway were washed away by the historic flooding from Hurricane Helene. Nathan Tanner is an engineer with the North Carolina Department of Transportation.
We're very accustomed to responding to rock slides and stuff like that. This is a completely different type of failure for this corridor of roadway. A fill slope failure this long and this extensive is not something that we've ever seen before.
Permanent repairs to the highway will take several years and cost billions of dollars. Jim Crisula, CBS News.
If you go to Infowars.com this morning, you'll find only a white screen bearing a 5-word message. Site unavailable till further notice.
To the families of the 20 children murdered at Sandy Hook Elementary School in 2012, taking down the men who claimed the massacre was a hoax was serious business. Robbie Parker's daughter was among the victims.
He's made tens of millions of dollars off these lies, and he's having to face the consequences because of what we did.
To settle a billion-dollar defamation judgment, Jones's assets have been sold to the satirical news site The Onion. CEO Ben Collins.
I think we all agree this is really funny.
Jones says he will fight the acquisition in court. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
Coming up, considering a redesign of one of Milwaukee's busiest streets. Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:05.
News is sponsored by BBC Lighting. Thousands of specialty light fixtures, open Monday through Saturday.
Hi, folks. This is Hank Albert, owner of BBC Lighting. Now that we're into the holiday season, it's time to celebrate with new lights and ceiling fans. And our huge award-winning showroom displays hundreds of the best quality lights and fans. There's not a brand we can't get, and our prices are the lowest, even lower than online. I guarantee it. And our knowledgeable staff is always here to assist you in making the right choices. If it's lampshades or repairs you need, we do all that too. There's something for everyone at BBC, including antiques, collectibles, fun for the kids, and our famous free popcorn. We are open Monday through Saturday and located at 20th and St. Paul Avenue, across from Sobelman's and Bachman Furniture, all near the Potawatomi Casino. Stay safe and healthy, my friends.
Shop Tempur-Pedic mattresses at Steinhafels and save up to $500 on mattresses. Plus, get $300 in Steinhafels cash, and Queen Tempur-Pedics start at just $48 per month with Steinhafels 60-month financing. Shop in-store or online at steinhafels.com.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:06.
City leaders in Milwaukee are exploring a redesign of Water Street through a key stretch of downtown.
The section of water between Kilbourne and Pleasant includes several high-traffic bars and restaurants, as well as the Marcus Performing Arts Center and City Hall. But as city engineer Kevin Muse tells WTMJ's The Upswing, it's also a dangerous stretch of road.
It is on the city's high-injury network.
Muse says the city is exploring 3 options to enhance pedestrian safety and improve bus access along the strip.
There are ways that the street itself, the public right-of-way, can do a better job of supporting everything that's around it.
Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
The city hopes to have a preferred design for Water Street by the mid to late 2025 year.
Electric vehicle owners will get a new charging tax in the new year. EV owners will be charged 3 cents per kilowatt hour for electricity used at an EV charging station, and owners of those stations will need to register with the Wisconsin Department of Revenue before adding that charge for customers. Money collected will be used to fund statewide road repairs.
Meanwhile, in England, a rock star is ditching some fancy wheels, and the reason why may surprise you.
Rod Stewart says he's giving up his beloved Ferraris and Lamborghinis not because he can't afford to keep them, but because of potholes. The 79-year-old singer's expressed frustration over British road conditions in the past.
This is the state of the road here where I live.
2 years ago, he posted video that showed him filling potholes outside his estate in Essex.
And the boys thought we'd come through ourselves.
The 5 sports cars he's selling are all hybrids. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Coming up, there's something happening tonight that a lot of people are going to be paying attention to. How real is it? We'll find out next.
Blue sweater, red sweater, reindeer sweater, extra double thick sweater.
What are you doing?
Getting my closet ready for winter. It'll be here before you know it.
That's a good point. We should all be getting our vehicles ready for winter, too.
I'm Jim Token, president of the Auto Dealers of Metro Milwaukee. Now's the time to visit any of the 115 Adam member new car dealers to get your oil changed, have your brakes and wipers checked. Make sure your tires will get you through a long Wisconsin winter. Every Adam dealer has factory certified technicians and uses factory manufactured warranted parts. Best of all, their prices are competitive with or even lower than independent shops. So whatever you're doing to prepare yourself for winter, prepare your vehicles too. Because a well-maintained car extends the life of your car and means safer winter driving. Just visit adam.com. That's ADAMM.com to find the nearest Adam member dealer.
It's a super affordable family fish fry Friday at the Mine Chef restaurant in Hartford. WTMJ's John Mercure here. Do not pay $16 or more for your fish fry. The Mine Chef fish fry is just $7.99, and it's all you can eat. You deserve it. After a long week, relax with a cold beverage and a great fish fry. Kids menu starts at $3.99, and they can safely play in that huge game room quietly tucked aside from the dining area while you finish up, maybe have an after-dinner drink. I repeat, hard to believe, the Mine Chef's all-you-can-eat fish fry is $7.99. Desserts are always buy one, get one free. The Mine Chef in beautiful downtown Hartford. And near the EAA in Oshkosh, tons of seating, lots of close parking. Reserve now for your Friday $7.99 all-you-can-eat fish fry, serving from 11 a.m. Get there early. I love that fish fry. Your Saturday steak dinner is under $20. Sunday brunch under $15. What a value. MineChefRestaurant.com.
Hey, Debbie, we just got a text in on the 414 here.
Oh, okay.
This texter telling us that they've been trying to record Bears games on their DVR.
Ooh, and it's not working?
It always comes back as The Biggest Loser.
Oh!
The Biggest Loser. There you go, huh? You like that one?
Yes.
Didn't get a rim shot for that
The
one.
second time you said the punchline was the best.
Anyway, how are the roads?
Well, we got some backups. We got an accident. Left lane blocked right about at State Street with an accident there. So watch out for that. Right now, we're seeing folks getting past it relatively smoothly. It's a little bit backed up from Fond du Lac Avenue. Southbound on 43 also slowing down from before Hampton down to Capitol Drive. Eastbound 94 got a little bit of a backup from Hawley Road all the way to 35th. Westbound just a little tight right in the stadium interchange itself. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Cloudy today. There is a chance for some sun peeking through later on this afternoon, a high of 53. Tonight, cloudy, a low of 41. Saturday, a high of 54. Chance for some showers at night. Sunday, maybe some rain in the morning, otherwise cloudy, mild and breezy, a high of 60. Right now in Milwaukee, it's 50 at 8:12.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here's Erik Bilstad.
Erik Bilstad along with Michelle Richards. Vince is back on Monday. It is one of the most hyped boxing matches in recent memory. There's video of Mike Tyson taking a swipe at YouTuber Jake Paul. They are going to fight tonight on Netflix. Jake Paul, by the way, who started his professional boxing career just 6 years ago. So how will it go tonight? Joining us in studio is Otto Olson of Dropout Fight Club, which is in the River West neighborhood here in Milwaukee. Thanks, Otto, for coming in.
Oh, you're so welcome. It's early, but I'm
all right, good. You're up
I'm
and
here.
you're at it.
I'm here, yeah.
You're watching tonight, right?
I will be watching, yeah. More so for the, to be honest, more so for the undercard.
Okay.
Yeah, I
mean,
this
those are the real fights?
I mean, it's a real fight. I won't lie. It's a real fight, you know? You got two guys going head to head, throwing punches, trying to, knock each other out. That's about as real as it gets.
Okay. Because there's been some question about this one, just the fact that this Jake Paul, if you don't know, anyone under 30 knows who Jake Paul is, but for those who are older than that, and he's a YouTuber, he's a social media guy, he does a lot of different things like that, and he just started fighting not that long ago.
I mean, he's committed, though. He's committed to the sport of boxing. I mean, that's what he does. He trains hard. You got to give him credit where credit's due, you know?
Sure.
He's a professional boxer.
So Mike Tyson obviously has way more experience, and a lot of betting folks are, putting their money on him. But you say that he's committed, Jake Paul, and I'm curious, like, how long does it take to get as good as Mike Tyson? Is 5 years enough? Like, he's 30 years younger, but like, is 5 years enough?
There are so many questions about this fight that, let's not forget, Tyson's 58.
Right.
He's been, that's his life. That's all he's done, Yeah, I don't think he had any other job apart from boxing and prison, Yeah. So, he dedicated his entire life to the sport, and he's just built different. His background is different, YouTube and all that kind of stuff. That didn't even exist when Tyson was on the streets, He is boxing. He's what got me into boxing.
I was going to ask you that because he's been around a long time. He is basically the iconic guy you think of, at least in this better portion of the last 50 years. You think of Mike Tyson before anybody else, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, I do. First fight I remember kind of like sits in the back of my memory is Mike Tyson versus Frank Bruno, and that was 1989. And that's what kind of got me glued in front of the TV. That was heavyweight boxing for me.
So what does it say about the sport of boxing if they're still grabbing on to a 58-year-old boxer instead of showing up the new guys, showing up the up-and-comers?
It's show business, isn't it?
Yeah.
There is... let's not forget, though, that this fight, even though it's sanctioned, 2-minute rounds as opposed to 3-minute rounds.
And shorter rounds, yeah.
Heavier gloves, 14-ounce gloves.
And why does that matter?
Tyson is used to fighting in 10-ounce gloves. And that's, where you spar in 16-ounce gloves with headgear. This time it's 14-ounce gloves, 8 rounds, so it's not 12 rounds. There's no title on the line. But I don't think you can still replicate getting punched in the face by Mike Tyson sparring around in headgear and 16-ounce gloves. You can't prepare yourself for that. Because the last thing that goes is the power, speed, the knee brace. When I saw him holding mitts with the knee brace, that wasn't a good look, to be honest. You're going to ask me who I think is going to win eventually,
oh,
right?
Yeah.
Tyson.
Are you going to say Tyson?
Yeah,
yes, and 90% of people think that too. So that's clearly where.
But
people are leaning.
Whether he win, he might not win.
But if he didn't, would that be considered okay? This is show business, like you were saying. Would there be some question about the integrity if he were not to win?
What's he got to lose?
Well, you're right.
But people talk about his legacy, and I heard Tyson talking about his legacy yesterday, and he said, "I don't care about my legacy. I'll be dead. What does it matter?" And I was thinking, I don't think legacies belong to the individual. I think they belong to the people that you inspire, the people that follow you or want to follow in your footsteps. That's kind of something that you A and B. That's the legacy that I want. So I think you lose the legacy to the, like I said, to the people that like follow in your footsteps. That's who the legacy belongs to, I think.
Yeah, no one's forgetting Mike Tyson anytime soon.
No. I do worry that, getting punched. Jake Paul can knock people out. It only takes one punch too, and it's 58 years old. That's dangerous, You get caught, whether it's 14 ounce or 16 ounces, no headgear. If you get bonked on the nose,
right,
it's going to leave a mark.
Otto Olson joins us from Dropout Fight Club in the River West neighborhood here in Milwaukee, talking about the Netflix show tonight. The big fight is Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul, who is a YouTuber who's been fighting, though, for several years now and is just a tank of a guy. Where does the future of boxing go, would you say? Obviously, MMA, the cage fighting, that's huge now. You see that a lot. I know a lot of people that watch that prefer that over boxing. Is there a way to bring back that iconic ringside type of boxing atmosphere that we're gonna see it tonight? But will that return, you think, like it used to be?
I think we've got to see more fights, and I think they've got to be a little bit more accessible, to be honest. The Saudis are really getting involved in boxing now. And one thing that I like that they're doing is their, pay-per-views are $80, $90. That's a lot of money,
Yeah.
And I just think, and those guys are saying, hey, let's make it available to everybody, $20. That's okay. I can, that's doable. Kids these days, they don't have $80 to drop, every week on some title fights. But maybe, this Amazon, Netflix, that you already have a subscription. Maybe they should start pushing these fights out and just, you're paying the subscription anyway. But at some point they have to recoup what's Jake Paul going to get? $40 million? Tyson? $40 million, yeah. $20 million?
Yep.
You gotta find that money from somewhere, right?
That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
I think it's just making fights accessible. And I think, these fighters, Tyson was fighting 4 or 5 times a year. You'd be lucky if you can get some of these prize fighters to fight twice a year now.
Well, we got a text from someone saying, does Tyson really need the money? Like, why even do this?
I have no idea. I have no idea what he's got in his bank account. I mean, who doesn't? Would I fight Tyson for $20 million? Sure. I'd fight him for $1 million. I probably wouldn't make it very far, but $20 million? I don't think he needs the money. I don't know why he's doing it. Honestly, I don't. He doesn't need to.
How did it come about? Did Jake Paul challenge him? Like, how did this even become a thing?
Who hasn't Jake Paul challenged?
Okay.
Right.
Good point.
I'm just waiting for my call out.
Otto Olson joins us on Wisconsin's Morning News. Want to ask you about your gym. So you own Dropout Fight Club. You run Dropout Fight Club.
I do, yeah.
In River West. Doing well? Lots of people boxing?
Oh, the community's been awesome. So I opened it during COVID. So we went on lockdown. And I thought, what do I want to do if I get one chance to just do anything now? Because it was like a reset for everybody. So I thought, I'm just going to build a boxing gym. The thing that I was really passionate about, put all my eggs in one basket, found an abandoned warehouse, turned it into this kind of vintage kind of boxing gym. Boxing's already kind of intimidating enough. So I thought if I can set that environment to be a little bit more welcoming.
Yeah.
And it just went bananas. Yeah, and people keep coming back, and the subscription is great, and the community is amazing, and we do great things together.
In all ages?
All ages, yeah. Yeah, we did a kids summer camp. I'm going to try and introduce the kids classes a little bit more regularly now. But I wanted to take the sport of boxing and have it less box fit and teach people how to box, and then kind of like merge that into, like a group workout.
Do you train many 58-year-olds?
I'm not so far off that myself. We do. Yeah, like
that's awesome.
We have a girl called Kathy, and she's in her 60s, and yeah, we have everybody.
So it really is an all ages kind of thing. So
it is. Yeah.
Mike Tyson may not be done yet here.
I know. I have a place for him at my gym. If things go horribly wrong, nice. I am looking for another coach, Tyson. If you wanna.
We'll make sure he hears about that. Otto Olson from Dropout Fight Club on Wisconsin's Morning News. All right, before we let you go, you think Tyson wins?
No, I want him to win. I really do. But Jake Paul isn't a bad thing for boxing. Don't get me wrong.
So my question would be, help us, the lay people here. So when we're watching the fight tonight, give us one nugget that we can say out loud and say, hey, look what I just noticed, so we look good at our parties. If we were watching it, what should we look for and what should we comment that we're seeing that you're going to be watching for tonight?
So Jake Paul has a tendency to drop his right hand. So I saw him holding mitts and he was boxing left-handed, which is weird. So he may come out as a southpaw and really confuse things. Mike Tyson's seen it all, so don't worry about that. So Jake Paul has a tendency to drop his rear hand, and Mike Tyson's punches come from the outside. He's not really a 1-2 down the middle. He's very much, hooks, that bob and weave kind of style.
Okay.
Jake Paul's never been hit by a Mike Tyson, so I personally think that it could go the distance.
So if I say great hook, oh, look at him bob and weave, I'm going to sound like I know what I'm talking about.
Oh my goodness, yeah. They're going to be like, wait a second, do you box?
No, that's great. What's the website for Dropout Fight Club?
Dropoutfightclub.com.
Perfect. That's easy to remember.
Thank you so
Olson,
much.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. 8:23. All right, Debbie Lazga. We are all now well-versed in the big fight tonight.
Excellent. Okay. Well, we've got issues on southbound 43 right about at Fond du Lac Avenue. The two right lanes are blocked. with a crash. One of them, it's that crash that happened around closer to State Street. But everything has been pulled off to the side. Actually, the left lane's still blocked with that one as well. So just keep that in mind. Bit of a gauntlet to get through that whole area. Southbound on 43 also slowing down, heading into Hampton. Heading from Hampton to Capitol Drive. We've also got a broken down vehicle off on the right shoulder, northbound 41, just past Appleton Avenue. The rest of the system, not too bad. Eastbound might be a little bit tight on 94, coming out of the Stadium Interchange, heading past 35th Street. I'm Debbie Lazigo with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Wisconsin Volleyball has a new home.
It's match point in Madison.
Catch all the excitement of the 2024 season.
Booth and Spreck putting up that Wisconsin wall.
And don't miss out on moments like this.
Booth dunks it down with 2 hands, and that's a point for Wisconsin. Set Spreck, kill Franklin.
Badgers Volleyball on WTMJ is presented by Steinhoffels. Don't miss any of the action right here on Wisconsin's radio station, 620 WTMJ.
Happy Thanksgiving. WTMJ's Vince Vitrano here for Built Right Furniture, Leather, and Mattress. If you're looking for affordable, better quality furniture or mattresses, you must do what my family did. Go to Built Right. Built Right's Black November deals and $1 million clearance sell-off is on now. It's all about your comfort, your style, your home at Built Right. 4 generations, 96 years strong. Built Right always saves you money. 3rd and 4th generation family members, they're right there in the store, working alongside their amazing team with over 400 years experience. Be ready for your holiday guests with thousands of furniture and mattress items in stock, including dining room, living room, bedroom, sleeper sofas, lift chairs, recliners, and much, much more. 60 models of USA-made mattresses, including flippable and heavy-duty models, gift certificates available, free in-store design services as well. Built Right, voted best place to shop, open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Sunday, they're closed to be with family. Tell them Vinny sent you to Built Right, 54th and Layton Avenue in Greenfield.
This is the sound of research in the works. Sounds kind of boring. But for those diagnosed with cancer, this is the sound of a possible cure. Because here, our researchers are also your doctors, working as one force, under one roof, where clinical research and new treatments unite in one place to fight even the most complex cancers. Welcome to East Park Medical Center, UW Health Carbone Cancer Center. Remarkable.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
$8:27. Eric along with Michelle Richards. Vince is back on Monday. A couple of tidbits from President-elect Donald Trump and the transition, obviously taking office in January, making some more cabinet choices. The big name that popped up on Thursday night was Robert F. Kennedy Jr. So RFK Jr. will be the cabinet pick for the Department of Health and Human Services. ABC's Mary Bruce says there's been reaction.
President-elect Donald Trump praising Robert F. Kennedy Jr. after naming him to be Secretary of Health and Human Services.
I guess if you like health and if you like people that live a long time, it's the most important position.
Trump now hoping to put a noted vaccine skeptic in charge of the nation's health system.
I think you're going to do some unbelievable things.
Kennedy has endorsed a host of debunked conspiracy theories, including falsely claiming that childhood vaccines cause autism.
Meanwhile, a story that could have some movement even today is the situation with Matt Gaetz. He is the now former congressman from Florida who was tabbed to be the attorney general in the new Trump administration. Well, Senate Democrats and Republicans are calling on the Bipartisan Health Ethics Committee to release findings from a months-long investigation into Gates. And this was for alleged sexual misconduct and for drug use. Now, sources say the committee was preparing to vote to release that report as early as this week, but with the resignation of Gates, that's kind of put that all up in the air. But are starting to learn a little bit more about what they were finding in that committee investigation. ABC's Rachel Scott.
Sources tell ABC News the committee heard from a young woman who said Gates had sex with her when she was just 17 years old, while he was still in Congress. It's a claim Gates denies, the lawyer representing that woman calling Gates' nomination a perverse development, saying she was a high school student and there were witnesses.
So we'll see where this goes from here. There might be more pushback for one of these two, Gates or RFK. Maybe this gets released. It sounds like we're getting a little conflicting information about that as to whether or not they'll actually vote on something since he's no longer a congressman. I mean, he resigned already, which imagine if he gets pulled. Imagine if they don't end up using him as the AG nomination. He already quit his job.
Yeah, then what?
That's like when you quit your job before you take the next job, when you tell the boss.
You must be pretty confident.
You take the goldfish and you run out and you yell at the boss and you realize you haven't gotten the other job yet. 8:29, your headlines are next.
David Nason here, your trusted Fix-It Show guy, here to give you some essential home maintenance advice. If you're dealing with leaks, stains, cracks in your basement, it's time to call the experts I trust at Accurate Basement Repair. They've fixed many of our listeners' basements and the results were fantastic. Dry, secure, and peace of mind restored. Don't let basement issues mess up your home. Trust Accurate Basement Repair to get the job done right. Call them today.
Thanks, David. Accurate Basement Repair. We're not just good, we're accurate.
Rake in a big win this November at Potawatomi. Go head-to-head in the Cash Clash game show for your share of $300,000 in cash and prizes. Just play with your rewards card for entries. Prize drawings on Thursdays. The Cash Clash game show at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Your win is waiting. More info at paysbig.com. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
Traffic is sponsored by SB Framing Gallery, Milwaukee's distinctive archival framing.
SB Framing Gallery in the 3rd Ward can enhance and protect your artwork for generations. Framing pieces with archival and distinctive design. Learn more at sbframinggallery.com.
8:32, I'm Erik Bilstad. This is Wisconsin's Morning News for Friday, November 15th. Our top story, the vote counting keeps going.
I'm Michelle Richards, the science behind sitting still.
I'm Debbie Lazaga, southbound on 43, backing up. We've got the 2 right lanes blocked right about at Fond du Lac Avenue. A little bit further on, the left lane blocked with an accident. So delays coming in from Locust all the way to that point. Other than that, everything else is looking pretty good. All of our delays are pretty much dissipated. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Cloudy, some sun peeking in this afternoon, a high of 53. Tonight, cloudy and a low of 41. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, all 72 counties in Wisconsin are now posting their complete unofficial results of the 2024 election. Now, those results can be found on any Wisconsin County Clerk's website, and the results are then sent to the Wisconsin Elections Commission. Now, the WEC will begin the state certification process to ensure the results for both state and federal elections are verified.
The open Wisconsin seat for U.S. Senate has been called for Tammy Baldwin, but candidate Erik still hasn't conceded in this year's election. TMJ4 chief political reporter Charles Benson tells WTMJ Hovde was unable to gain the amount of votes he needed, especially when it came to absentee ballots and votes from Milwaukee.
80% of the vote coming in out of Milwaukee for not only Tammy Baldwin, but for Kamala Harris came out of Milwaukee. Nearly 80% of it.
Final state election certification must be completed by December 1st.
Less people are taking their cars in for repair, and it's taking a toll on one chain.
We're ready in advance, ready with the right equipment, the right people.
Advance Auto Parts is planning to cut jobs and close about 500 stores by the middle of next year. Company execs say they've been impacted by lower consumer spending, hurricanes, and the CrowdStrike outage in July. The entire car industry's been suffering from inflationary factors and stiff competition from Chinese automakers who've been putting out more affordable, feature-packed models. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
A new overdose alert system is providing help to multiple Wisconsin communities. The Wisconsin Suspected Overdose Alerts for Rapid Response, or WESOR, consolidates all overdose data and informs EMS and local law enforcement how many cases are taking place in their municipalities. Michelle Hayes, Director of Substance Abuse Initiatives.
This could definitely help have a better understanding of how many suspected overdoses are occurring in their communities, and also understand geographically a proximity of where it's occurring. So can they get naloxone efforts to a saturation point in that particular part of, say, the county or the city?
Data can be submitted anonymously from people who have a connection to someone who is overdosing.
Sitting around won't necessarily kill you, but newly released research says it could contribute to shortening your life.
I'm Peter King. Researchers say they've found a correlation between heart disease and extended time just sitting.
The more time they were sitting, the higher the risk they had.
Dr. Harlan Krumholtz is the editor of the Journal of the American College of Cardiology.
There was a clear inflection point at about 10 and a half hours a day of sedentary behavior, where risk really escalated a lot.
Krumholtz says that's true even for those who exercise daily, since that activity is only a small portion of the day.
The take home here is to try to encourage people to be sitting less and moving around more.
Peter King, CBS News.
Patty the hippo has passed away at the age of 55. The Milwaukee County Zoo fan favorite was very popular on behind-the-scenes tours of the enclosure and contributed to a number of research projects on hippopotamus care. Hippo Haven is closed for the season and will reopen in the spring when viewing of the zoo's remaining hippo, Happy, will resume.
Time now for news about your money and the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Right now, the Dow starting the day down 148, the NASDAQ down 236, and the S&P starting down 43. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com. Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 8:36.
James Imaging Systems, your local document imaging partner. JamesImaging.com.
After a series of meetings with the James Imaging Systems sales rep, Matheson Manufacturing chose document imaging technology from James. Matheson Manufacturing President Al Leininger.
They have a reputation out in the field. They've been around for a long, long time. I was really impressed with it.
I also understand you're impressed with the document imaging technology.
Yes, it's quicker, it's faster. We can do a lot more with the copy functions.
James Imaging Systems, better document imaging technology, better support, even lower printing costs.
Yes, definitely. I think the lease is very cost effective for us. It certainly helps with cash flow, and it's just good.
Al, anything else you'd like to add about your experience with James Imaging Systems?
Yes, James Imaging has been a really good partner with us from the beginning.
Start your business technology partnership with James Imaging Systems today. Call 262-781-7700. James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
I love the Fox and Hounds. WTMJ's John Mercure here. The historic restaurant was recently voted the best supper club in the area. First opened in 1933, and they've been serving fabulous dinners for almost 90 years in their rustic timber structure. The Friday codfish fry is all you care to eat. It's $17.99. All other dinners are buy one, get one free. And the best part of the meal, I think, is the made-from-scratch desserts. Also, buy one, get one free. I love the peanut butter cake. Oh, my gosh, that pie. pie is fantastic. At a Manhattan, an old-fashioned 100 wines to accent your dinner. The Fox and Hounds is family-owned and one of the most unique and affordable supper clubs in Wisconsin. Your second dinner is always free. Just off Highway 167, 2 miles east and in the shadows of the beautiful Holy Hill Shrine. As the seasons change colors, the drive is just beautiful, a must-see. Enjoy the all-you-care-to-eat Friday cod fish fry, and the Sunday brunch is delicious. Tables are still open. Reserve now at foxandhoundsrestaurant.com.
All right, Debbie Lasga, how are those roads looking?
All right, bit of a backup along southbound 43. Couple of issues. One, an accident at Fond du Lac Avenue with the 2 right lanes blocked, and then we've got another accident with the left lane blocked. Could all be part of the same accident. This the second one that I said was at about State Street. So something to keep in mind. Delays basically coming in from Locust to that point. As far as delays, nothing else going on around the area. We do have one broken down vehicle northbound 41 just past Appleton, and that is off on the right shoulder. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
So when we were kids, we pretty much had the run of the neighborhood, right? You'd leave in the morning, maybe stop back home for lunch.
Yeah, I'd say that's fair. Yeah,
Come home
right?
for dinner.
Sure.
Then if it's summertime, maybe when the streetlights come on. Well, a mom in Georgia is facing jail time because her nearly 11-year-old son walked into town by himself. She told police that she was annoyed that her son didn't tell her where he was going, but says he was never in any danger.
Brittany Patterson said she took one of her children to the doctor. In the meantime, her son, Soren, who since turned 11, decided to walk less than a mile into town from their home in rural Mineral Bluff, Georgia. While out, Patterson got a call from the sheriff's department, worried that Soren was walking alone.
It's just a short walk from our house. He knows how to get home. He knows how to get there.
Authorities dropped Soren off at home. Patterson was booked on suspicion of reckless conduct, a charge that could carry 1 year in jail.
ABC's Andrea Fujii with that story. Seems a bit much.
It does. Was he walking on a highway? Why in the world would you be taken into custody because your kid is walking to a store, working downtown? Or not working, but 10 years old, you said?
He was 10 at the time, but just recently turned 11. I mean, you can get certified as a babysitter at the age of 11 and be responsible for other children, at least here in Wisconsin. I don't know if that's like
right.
a nationwide thing, but
to come back and then to cuff her and throw her in the back of a squad
in front of
car.
her kids. And they also wanted her to sign off on a safety plan that said that she would monitor her children at all times. And she said, no, I'm not doing that. Like, that just makes my parenting look bad. It makes it seem like I'm an unsafe parent.
I'm trying to think of what we might be missing here. Now, admittedly, if my now 13-year-old said she wanted to walk a mile someplace to go to a store, I would be like, okay, well, let me know when you're leaving and let me know when you're doing things. And she's older than this kid.
She's got a phone.
Yeah.
And this kid had a phone, I think.
But boy, yeah. Neighborhood is different, though. Kids running around in the neighborhood, going yard to yard, riding their bikes a few blocks away or doing whatever. That's different, you could argue, than a kid walking a mile to the downtown area of whatever town they live in.
Right.
But is it enough to get you hauled away?
Right. Maybe a slap on the wrist.
Curious how this one is going to end. You wonder if those charges will end up getting dropped. Now that this is getting national attention. Just saw it on Good Morning America earlier today. So there's definite... And it sounds like Mom's happy to talk about it. Like she's enjoying the moment here and shining the light on the silliness of it. So I don't think this story is over yet. It's 8:42 and it's Friday. You know what that means. Got ourselves a good old-fashioned pancake breakfast coming up next.
Vince Vitrano with a Black Friday sale that will transform the look of your family home. Head to Lifetime Door Company just north of 124th and Burleigh or visit online at lifetimedoor.net to get started. Create your new garage door and order November 25th through the 27th. $100 off the cost of a new opener, up to $300 off the cost of a new garage door. Other discounts available when you tell them Vinny sent you to the Black Friday sale. Lifetime Door Company, 262-783-4004, lifetimedoor.net. LifetimeDoor.net.
Get the help you need Saturday morning with How To Radio. At 7, it's the WTMJ Fix-It Show with David Nason, featuring this week's guests, West Bend Vacuum Center and CertaPro Painters. At 9, plan your dream vacation with the Fox World Travel Show. And at 10, get financial guidance during Money Talk. Contact Annex Wealth Management for an unbiased review of your investments at annexwealth.com. How To Radio, Saturday mornings on WTMJ.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here for Landworks, the locally owned landscape company. They'll elevate the look of your home or your business. They're doing that at our house. Landworks is different because of the customer service. I can tell you firsthand, from beginning to end, you have one person who's your initial point of contact all the way through the process. LandworksWisconsin.com. Get started today. They'll take your yard, make it more beautiful. They'll take your beautiful yard and elevate it even more. It's LandworksWisconsin.com. They do it the right way at Landworks.
Sweet, flaky, and utterly delicious. That's the famous Kringle from O&H Danish Bakery. Guaranteed to get you on the nice list, O&H Danish Bakery can deliver that heavenly goodness right to your doorstep. Now that's a memorable gift where you know you've nailed it. And it arrives fresh in just 2 business days, anywhere within the country. Order online today, ohddanishbakery.com, or come on in to O&H Danish Bakery in Racine, Oak Creek, or Sturnivan and taste the difference of bakery made from scratch.
Traffic is sponsored by the amazing Mineshaft Restaurant in downtown Hartford.
The successful Mineshaft Restaurant in Hartford is hiring positive, professional servers, bartenders, and pizza cooks. You'll make real cash. Inquire today, start next week. MineShaftRestaurant.com.
8:44 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Vince is back on Monday. Every Friday around this time, take a look back and realize that not everything we planned for the show or shows was able to get in the show. That's when we look to Greg Pancake Hill. We call him Pancake because he used to work at the Pancake House, and we get ourselves a good old-fashioned pancake breakfast special.
What about breakfast?
We've already had it.
We've had one, yes. What about second breakfast?
Is this real life?
Yeah, this is real life.
I think now we need Keanu Reeves more than ever.
All we are is dust in the wind, dude.
Oh, no, not that Keanu Reeves.
My name is Neil.
Yeah. That's the Keanu Reeves we need, because this one, well, might be the biggest threat to the structure of the simulation that we have.
You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
All right, let's do it. This wild simulation glitch, though, is part of a love story, in a way. I have a song to play for you. Can you guess who this is?
369, damn, you're fine.
Almost sounds like Guster, but I don't think that's who it is.
It does sound kind of like good ear. That's amazing. This is not Guster. I'll give you a hint. He's insanely rich. He once apologized to the public on the floor of Congress, and he has challenged other tech moguls to a fight. Yes, it's Mark Zuckerberg.
To the wall.
So why is Mark Zuckerberg singing Get Low, Lil Jon's famous raunchy hit, as made famous by the Yin Yang Twins? And why is he collaborating with, yes, that's also T-Pain, rapper T-Pain is in there. Well, they put together this acoustic cover of Get Low because, well, Zuckerberg was inspired to recount the time he met his wife, and this was the song that was playing over the speakers. So romantic.
Back it up and stop. Wiggle with it, yeah, stop. Wiggle with it, yeah, stop.
So,
Wiggle with it,
Wrong on so many levels.
So, the fun thing is about this is I can't play any more of that song on the radio because I want to work here on Monday. But
I mean, you could do it once.
Fortunately, that's true. Fortunately for everyone, if you want to hear this in song in its entirety, uncensored, maybe on your way to or home from work, you can text Pancake to the WTMJ Talk and Text line, 855-616-1620, and you can listen to the full show. So, yes, please, I would love...
Wait, why? Are you getting to that?
I actually, my next line in the script was, I don't have some point to make other than this is hilarious and super weird.
So is it just because he's obviously a very powerful person, has a lot of money?
That's the only reason we're talking about it.
He's bored and just snapped his fingers and said, hey, T-Pain, we're doing this?
Wanted to remember his lady with a very, I don't know, sort of soiree of nice, kind words.
He's making the rest of us look bad.
He is, kind of.
My wife's birthday was the other day. I could have sang.
What's your song, Eric? Do you have what's you and your wife's song? Do you remember?
Oh, the one. You know what? It's funny you say that. If you asked her, I bet she wouldn't know. I bet she wouldn't remember.
You know what? My wife doesn't know either, which is also hilarious. I asked her yesterday because I mentioned to her when I pitched this segment, I said, do you think it's a good segment to do Mark Zuckerberg and T-Pain singing Get Low? And her response was that just English, what you said to me? So,
the way you look tonight was ours.
I love that.
But Ange, I think she can never, for whatever reason, it doesn't hook in her brain, in her memory bank.
It's the same way with mine. Michelle, what's your song?
Are we talking about wedding song or the song when we met?
Wedding song typically,
right.
but if you know it, do you know the song when you met? Oh, okay.
No, wedding song was Better Together.
Okay,
nice.
Sure, Deb.
Our wedding song was When You Wish Upon a Star.
Oh,
very nice.
I love that. Okay,
Very
so
nice.
again, it wasn't Get Low by Lil Jon and the Yin Yang Twins. So again, I don't really have a point. I don't really have some sort of thing. I just know that this simulation is getting closer and closer to collapsing and crumbling down. Because what are you going to tell me next time? The Onion is going to buy $1 billion media company? You're going to tell me that someone who doesn't believe in vaccines is going to be in charge of Health and Human Services? Are you going to tell me that Mike Tyson is fighting tonight? What kind of world are we living in? So, although we may be on the brink, just remember...
Do not try and bend the spoon. That's impossible. Instead, only try to realize the truth.
What truth?
There is no spoon.
There is no spoon.
There is
Debbie
no
Loziga.
spoon. Wow.
That's from The Matrix, by the way.
Yes, that is.
In a phenomenal movie that is now 25 years old.
Which has aged better than any other movie, depending on looking at the reality
Well, that's
around
because
you.
everybody is looking at it reality as being a simulation anyway. So.
Indeed.
All right. We've got some delays. Southbound 43, basically from Keefe all the way down to Fond du Lac Avenue, where there is an accident. The two right lanes are blocked. Fire trucks on the scene, blocking off that right lane. Tow trucks on the scene as well. A little bit further on, left lane is still blocked with that. I don't know if it's a separate accident or part of the other accident. Something to keep in mind if you're heading through there. Very slow. On eastbound 94, we are backing up just a bit right past 35th Street. Westbound side's cleared up nicely, so we're in good shape around the rest of the system. One other issue, a broken down vehicle, 794 southbound right about at Howard Avenue, and it is off on the right shoulder. I'm Debbie Loziga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
There is no spoon?
Then you'll see that it is not the spoon that bends. It is only yourself.
Hey, WTMJ's John Merck here, the host of Experience Wisconsin. I've got you covered on Saturdays. Looking for something to do, maybe a romantic getaway or something with your family? We will introduce you to some of the really cool places and companies that make Wisconsin so special. This week on the show, it's Kenosha. I love Kenosha. And we'll take you inside O&H Danish Bakery.
That is a combination of pecans and cranberries, and this is caramely, butterscotchy base filling.
It's Experience Wisconsin, Saturdays, right here on 620 WTMJ.
Vince Vitrano here for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. In a moment, going to tell you about a brand new deal from Pella. I'll tell you also, I'm really excited to get a couple of new windows in our house. We've had a couple of problem spots with windows that we replaced not that long ago and already need an upgrade. This is why we're going with Pella this time around. Make sure that is sealed up tight. If you find yourself freezing at home this winter because your windows are howling, you got gusts seeping in, you want to take advantage of this deal at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. No interest and not even a payment for 12 months. You keep your home comfortable. You start saving right away on your energy bills thanks to the customizable windows and doors from Pella. You get them out for a free consultation. You quickly learn why they've got such a great reputation no matter what your home looks like. Even if it's something historic, Pella can design new windows and doors that look like they've always been a part of your home. Order today. You get no interest and no payments for 12 months. Certain restrictions do apply. This deal ends at the end of the month. Visit PellaWI.com.
It's a bully that will not let up until you do something about it. And the worst part is that the bullying happens when you're at your most vulnerable. You might as well have your hands tied behind your back while that bully puts one hand over your mouth and pinches your nose with the other. He'll let up, let you catch your breath, and then he'll do it again. Sleep apnea is a bully. Not long ago, we heard our friend John tell you about how his bully was stopping his breathing in his sleep over 145 times an hour. Think about what that can do to your body's organs. It's no wonder that the snowball effects of long-term obstructive sleep apnea are heart disease, stroke, even depression and anxiety. But this problem is solvable, and we have solutions, and you'll be surprised at how simple they are.
To date, Advent has solved over 40,000 breathing triangle problems. It's time to put that bully in his place. Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows. When you breathe well, you live better. Results may vary.
Traffic is sponsored by Annex Wealth Management. It's time to know the difference, and Annex Wealth Management is ready to help with investment, retirement, tax, and estate planning as a fee-only fiduciary partner. AnnexWealth.com. Click the Get Started button.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee. From the Annex Wealth Management Studios, this is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Your forecast today, mostly cloudy. We could see some peaks of sunshine this afternoon, a high of 53. Mostly cloudy tonight, a low of 41. And for your Saturday, mostly cloudy. Could see some showers at night with a high of 54.
Forecast sponsored by Dave Dre Campaigning, where your comfort is their family's tradition.
Well, I don't know. I don't believe in the word legacy. I just think that's another word for ego.
That's Mike Tyson, 58-year-old who's going to be boxing tonight on Netflix, talking about legacy and what legacy he wants to leave. Listen, he was talking one-on-one with a reporter. Listen to how dark he gets.
Legacy doesn't mean nothing. That's just some word everybody grabbed onto. Someone said that word and everyone grabbed on the word, so now it's used every 5 seconds. It means absolutely nothing to me. I'm just passing through. I'm going to die, and it's going to be over. Who cares about legacy after that?
Yeah. Here's what else he said.
We're dust. We're absolutely nothing. Our legacy is nothing.
So my favorite part about that one-on-one interview is the reporter who was talking to him was a 13-year-old kid.
Thank you so much for sharing that. That is something that I have not heard before, someone say that as an answer.
Can you imagine that kid going home to the parents and being like, Mom, Mike Tyson told me I'm nothing and I'm dust.
It was actually, I thought her name is Jazzy, and she's done other interviews. She's one of those up-and-comer types, influencer types who's really young. She actually handled it really well, all things considered. And he said some other things too, and she's like, "Oh, all right, I guess we're going there."
That's nice, Mr. Tyson.
If you missed our conversation with Otto Olson, he runs Dropout
Fight Club.
Thank you, Dropout Fight Club in the River West neighborhood. It's in our 8 o'clock hour. Just text the word Vince to the WTMJ Talk and text line 855-616-1620. We'll send you back that interview. It's good stuff. It's a good interview from Otto. So if you're interested in the future of boxing and why he's curious about the fight tonight on Netflix. Michelle, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Vince Petrano is back Monday. This is Wisconsin's Morning News.
We're dust. We're absolutely nothing. Our legacy is nothing. I want people to think about me when I'm gone. Who the cares about me when I'm gone? My kids, maybe grandkids. True.
All we are is dust in the wind, dude.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
Ascension, Wisconsin plans to spend $10 million